cost total?
$12,700.
Huh?
For both top and bottom?
$12,700. It's $61,000 here at Clear Choice.
We're up.
A Clear Choice.
Yeah, $61,000.
I'd be curious where Dr. Kelly would have came in, but
I don't know.
I mean regular retail. I don't know.
I don't know if they do dentures though, Mark. They do implants.
Well, the dentures are just temporary for implants while you're waiting. I have to wait 5 months for the bone to heal.
Implants are expensive as fuck.
Okay, but are those temps? Are they going to be a better fit than those temps? Because you look like you're having trouble.
Yeah, these. Well, they had to make these when I still had teeth, so they couldn't get a good mold.
Oh, really?
They made these so I had them when I left.
Holy cow.
How are you guys doing? That rain's got to be great for you.
No, it is when it stops. When it stops, it's good.
Why? Because of
What kind of
settling.
business?
Mud jacking, we lift concrete.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it sinks everything. It's lovely. It's lovely. And thank God we have crappy builders in Denver.
Yeah.
They don't know how to hack anything down, do they?
Hey, one of your partners, or what we had Garage Kings in there, and they speak very highly of you.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because you recommend them sometimes. They recommend you guys should do a special together.
Right, we should.
What kind of special?
Well, they cover the crack after
lift-
these guys fix
Yeah,
it.
lift your garage. Let me tell you what they do. Someone's doing a garage. They would do both.
When were they in?
A week ago.
I don't remember them being in.
Yeah.
Maybe we
I
left.
have the picture on here. My sister,
Just done that
garage, the back corner sunk. They started jackhammering it out.
Garage
And they had to stand in
They were
the
good.
What do they do? They do
wood
epoxy.
was that big.
Okay.
Not epoxy. They do this new stuff.
What's the new stuff? It's
This
not
is the
epoxy.
ramp, you know, to get
Well,
in.
what the hell
to
is
the
it?
basement, through the garage. And then
Is it cement?
No, it's
Back-
like
they don't
epoxy
compact
only.
anymore.
No.
Oh, it's like the.
Plus version.
Oh, that's
Epoxy
okay.
plus.
Did they really come on
How
and
long
say
will
it's
you
not
have your
epoxy?
temps?
Yes. Yes.
Till September. I
Okay,
wait
now
5
you're
months for
making
the
me
bone to
look
heal.
up
I had a
epoxy
bone wrap done.
definition.
I love this story about Mitch.
That irritates me,
I'm
man.
saying
Starts working in
that
granite and then decides to have his own place. But he does it a different way, okay? He's not
Any of a class of adhesives. So, they don't do an adhesives? I swear to God, that's what an epoxy is. And they don't do it. So what do? It doesn't stick to the top?
and other natural
No stick. It just floats. You can move it.
it's movable.
Yeah, okay. I can't believe they really came on and said that.
What are you talking about?
They do all kinds of
They don't use an epoxy
For what?
Who doesn't?
to actually put an
No, it's
epoxy on.
polyurea. It's called polyurea, right?
Well, put a epoxy on what?
It's better. It's flexible. It's better than epoxy
Better.
for
It's
floor.
better than quote any class of adhesive.
You know,
Because that's what an epoxy is
argue
any
with Mark.
class
You better
of
not.
adhesive.
Here's the problem with epoxy on concrete. It's brittle, so it if you have a crack, it comes through. The polyurea will flex,
That's
so
right.
the crack doesn't
Doesn't
come
mirror
through.
through.
But it does
Is it
mirror.
an adhesive?
Yes, it is.
So it is a epoxy. Or, yes, it is.
It's a non-epoxy
Look up the
adhesive.
definition of epoxy.
But Mark,
Any class of adhesive.
but that's not true. Scotch tape is not epoxy.
Good
Fucking
point.
glue is not epoxy.
Epoxy has to have
Are you
Are you saying someone could fire you?
3M rubber cement is not epoxy, but it's an adhesive.
Well, okay, I'll be damned.
It requires,
I'll be damned.
it requires a catalyst.
Something that uses resin, epoxy,
Yeah.
any class of adhesive, epoxy.
It has to have a catalyst for it to set up. It won't set
Yeah,
up.
it's just not.
So you're saying,
You know the stuff that they seal cracks in the road?
you guys missed the best argument this morning. It was so good between these two, I literally left the room, which never happened.
It was a discussion.
Okay.
Well,
It's a hell of a good
there was no
discussion.
argument. What I was saying is that should be fought because it sounds shitty. I didn't say they can't do it. I'm saying
I
they
think
shouldn't do
I
it.
think it has been.
I don't think they should do it.
Well, wait
And
a minute.
Dan's saying
As
he
an
thinks it
employer,
should be done.
as
No, I did say
Well, what
that.
did you say?
No,
Or-
no, no, but
I
as
said-
an employer, should
Well,
you have the
wait.
right to do it or
I
not
said
do it?
And I
to
said
do it.
no.
Yeah, I
But
think
they do
should.
have. I didn't say they didn't have the right. I said it's bullshit.
And I think they should have the right,
You
though.
said they didn't have the right.
Oh, that's what I meant. They didn't have. I didn't mean they couldn't do it. I meant it's fucking wrong. That's what I meant when I said you don't have the right. Meaning it's wrong.
I don't know if it's
And
wrong.
well, I think
I
it is.
understand
I think
the
it's
argument.
wrong.
Tom, I'm for freedom.
I think, and you don't sound like it. You sound like you want to control what people do in the bedroom. That's
Communist!
no, he does.
He's a commie!
It's illegal to masturbate in some states, and he thinks you should be fired for it.
Live shot.
Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Hello, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. We have Jim Schneider with us from Crackerjack, Mudjacking. I talk about these guys a lot. We have also Denver Clean Pro on our referral list at referralist.com. Here's what we're doing. We're talking about your problems and complaints. But one thing I want to bring up is an office discussion we had about marijuana. I want to make this very clear. Yes, it's against the law federally, but it's stupid because everyone knows that it's going to be legal, right? Why? But the federal law is not in force, but that's my own opinion. Now, listen, I personally don't smoke marijuana. I don't like marijuana. I just hate the head. I hate the whole thing about it. I hate the way it smells, but I have nothing against freedom. And here is the problem that we're going to be confronted with. Alcohol is out of your system in a day or two. Marijuana can stay up to 30 days. Longer with other tests, but up to 30 days. Here's the problem. If you are found with marijuana in your system, you may have been on vacation and you're in Colorado. You go home, and let's say in a state where it's legal. Let's talk about where it's legal. And you are found to have traces of marijuana in your blood, you can be fired. Now, I don't think that's right. Do you think that's right? Do you think that someone on vacation, they haven't smoked in a week or so, or 2 weeks even?
You can fire anybody for almost any reason at any time, though.
Mark, I understand that. Let's not get into that. I understand employment at will. I am asking about principle, for God's sakes, not if it is literally legal or illegal. I'm saying it's not right. Now, I'm not talking about being high. I'm talking about having trace amounts of THC or marijuana in your system. Should someone be fired for that? I am not asking if they have the right to do it, so don't call with those arguments. That's the argument Dan tried to make. Well, it's illegal federally.
No, it's not the argument I came
You
up
said it's
with.
illegal federally.
Exactly.
Okay, that's your argument.
And I said
then
it's
why did you just say it wasn't your argument? It was your argument.
My argument was that
That it's
companies can
illegal.
still do it. You said no, they can't.
I didn't say
Yes,
they couldn't.
you did.
What I meant was it wasn't right. I didn't. Of course they can, Dan. People can do anything they want. I mean, how stupid is that? I wasn't arguing they can't do it.
But that's
what
not
I
what
meant.
you had said.
Okay. Well, you know, these guys are like children when they argue. Here's the bottom line. It's not right when I said they can't do it. It's like, hey, you can't do that, meaning it's wrong. That's what I meant. Obviously, since I have doing this show for 40 years, I know people can do anything they want. Whether it's legal or illegal, I think that it's time to go to the Supreme Court. I think it's wrong. Now, I'm not talking about being high. I mean trace amounts of marijuana in your blood. Dan thinks you should be fired for that. I don't.
No, I don't.
He just said it.
He was saying that the company he worked for could fire you for that. And
For
they
reading
gave
maps.
you-
And that's what I
they
said, Tom.
gave you-
And you said no,
But
they can't because it's legal in Colorado.
They're
Hold
in the
on.
gas and oil industry. They never see anyone. They sit in a room and read maps and masturbate, and they can't have
Tom, I guess you
traces
don't know
amount.
about the oil and gas industry.
And they can't have traces amount
But
of
his point
marijuana
was they
in their
wouldn't-
blood.
there was no second chance
It's
with this
ridiculous.
company.
Which is
They were gone.
ridiculous. I'm not talking about being high, but to have trace amounts of marijuana in your blood when it's legal in your state to do it, I don't understand why someone should be fired. It's a stupid reason to be fired.
Well, I would agree
But
with that.
you don't
but
think it's a stupid
but
reason
at
to
the
be
same
fired, Dan?
time,
I did not say that, Tom. You're taking
Do you
it
think
totally
it's
out of
stupid?
context. Yes, I do.
Good.
Yes,
good,
I do.
Good.
But
So
that's
at
not
the
what we
same
were discussing.
time, I don't want to create laws that say,
Then I don't know
okay,
what
now
we're
you
discussing.
can't fire this guy for this.
I just think it's wrong to fire anyone when they're not breaking any laws.
I think we could all agree to that.
But
if I want to fire somebody and I got to use something, why not use that, I guess? I don't know, but you don't even have to use anything.
Just so you know, Dan, when he says it's illegal federally, do you know you cannot be arrested for possession for having it in your blood? Did you know that? But because they're not breaking any possession laws. So if you're at work with trace amounts in your blood, the employer can't say you're breaking the law because you're not. Because by the legal definition of the law, you cannot be arrested. If they knew I smoked a bale 2 days ago, they can't arrest me for it unless I have it on me. And blood is not possession. So all I'm saying, folks, do you believe like Dan that they should be able to do it, or do you think it's wrong? Because I think it's wrong, and I don't think they can do it. I think that if it went to the Supreme Court, they'd lose.
How much of trace do you want your airline pilot to have?
None. Zero. Because that's a federal law. That's a separate federal law. It's not employment law. We're talking about employment law. I'm not talking about a pilot. That's a separate law. I'm not talking about a CDL truck driver. That's a separate FCC or excuse me, FAA for flying, or the Department of Transportation.
But it's because it's a narcotic.
But they have their own laws, and you can't have cold medicine or painkillers. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about private employment law. Some poor schmuck has trace amounts of marijuana in his system and he gets fired. I think it's stupid. Especially when they're not doing anything. I'm not talking about operating machinery, but you're sitting there what? Doing what? How can you harm somebody if you're a file clerk? I think it's wrong. Don, what's going on, man? What's happening? Don? Hey?
Yes.
What's going on with you?
I have a checking account with a national bank. I won't mention the name right now if you want me to.
Well, you can. I don't care. Who is it?
Chase.
Okay. We don't get a lot of complaints about Chase. What's going on?
Well, I had my account had received some debit charges on it that were fraudulent starting back last November.
Like, when you say account, do you mean a credit card or do you mean a bank account with ACH withdrawals?
ACH withdrawals, a checking account.
And was it a check or an ACH withdrawal?
It was an ACH withdrawal.
When did you report it?
We reported it back in February, and we closed the account.
Okay, good.
And they agreed. And they agreed to send me some of the money back, and they did give it back to me in my.
What is the policy for that? Because not everyone gives fraudulent. I mean, it depends on what their policy.
It's generally a certain amount of days you have to tell the bank.
Yeah, and I understood that there were some of the charges that were past the time, but when I.
What was the oldest charge? What was the oldest ACH?
November.
Well, that doesn't tell me anything. How old was it?
It was probably
when you
4 months old.
When you notified the bank, it was 4 months later?
Well, there's reasons for that. I won't go into that.
Yeah, but that's not okay. But that so what money are they not returning? What do you think they owe you?
They did return 3 of the charges to me.
Which one did they refuse?
They refused the older ones.
Well, of course, and that's because of their policy, because you waited too long.
And that I don't have a problem with, okay?
Then where's the problem?
They gave me the money. They credited it back to our new account.
Yeah.
And then about a month later, I get a letter saying, well, they've determined that this isn't a fraudulent charge.
Oh.
And so they took the money back.
All 3 of them?
All 3 of them.
Wow. How much did that total?
About $1,700.
Why did they say we've now decided? What did they do to decide that?
I haven't. That's my problem. I've been trying to reach.
And they won't tell you. They won't tell you what they did.
No. And I filled out paperwork. I filed the paperwork to send in to say what it was.
And when did they reverse it?
They reversed it. I'm in my car. I don't have it right.
Roughly.
Probably about 2 months ago.
And you've been fighting it ever since?
Yep.
That is weird. That's weird that they gave you credit.
And I can't reach anybody at Chase that's in any position of authority. I've called their.
You see, listen. You got to be able to find someone, or we're going to find someone. Here's the point: when you have an AC, I've argued this before. Anyone listening, if I have your account number, I can take any amount of money I want from you.
We proved it to truck driver Lee. Said, no way.
There is no approval necessary. In fact, not only can I take money, I can take as much as I want, as much as you have in there. And here's the point. And to get the routing, you just go online. I can get a routing for any bank, anywhere, anytime. You call them and ask, what's your routing number? But then you get an account number. And you can take any money you want, and then they only ask questions afterwards. It's not legal, but it's the easy way to rob a bank. An easy way to rob a bank. And you don't need a gun and a knife. You don't need anything. You just go and do it electronically. And then all they have to do is refuse to pay you back. You have basically an unlocked account. You have your money in an unlocked safe, and Chase is telling you, if they decide it's not fraudulent, it's not fraudulent. And you're telling me that you can never get through to talk to anyone.
Oh, I've talked to the local branch person. I've talked to their fraud department. All these charges are from AT&T. Okay, so I'm thinking either it was a mistake, somebody, or it was fraudulent, but it was a mistake. Somebody put it under my account rather than their account because it was monthly. It was a monthly thing that was going on.
What is required? What is required to take? Well, why don't you go to AT&T?
I did. I tried to call their global department, and they said, "Oh, there's a form for that. Just fill out the form, send it to your bank, or have your go to your bank, fill out the form." And she gave me the name of the form, and so I went to my bank, and they said, "Well, we have no knowledge of that form." And she said that they would refund all the charges, not just the last 3, but all of them.
I don't mind them not refunding the old ones. I don't mind it at all. I mean, unless there's someone there with a revolving account and they can get the money back. Here's my problem. Here's my problem. How do they decide? Here's my only question for Chase. How do they decide it's not fraudulent? Did they have your PIN number? I mean,
I have no idea.
A lot of people argue that losing your PIN number or giving it away or not guarding it is akin to dropping your wallet with cash in it. They take it, and there's not much you can do about it.
I agree with that.
Okay, now.
Do you agree with that?
Kind of. You have some responsibility.
There'd be too much fraud on the consumer side if, simply bam.
So here's the deal. You have to find out, we have to find out, why did they determine it was not fraudulent? They should at least tell you. But I know what you mean. Listen, I had a problem.
These are legitimate charges, and I'm going, but I don't have an account at AT&T. I have nothing with AT&T.
See, AT&T is telling them they're legitimate. They're treating this much like a credit card transaction. I've had the same thing happen with Capital One, and there is no one to talk to. There is no one. At a certain level, they just ignore you. Let's see if we can get through to someone at Chase to answer this question. Here's the only question we have. How do they determine it's genuine, period? We have more coming up.
I have sued AT&T. They settled instantly. They're not going to mess around with that at all.
They're not going to mess with what?
AT&T, if he sues them, how much money was it? I didn't even add it up. What was the total? $1,700 bucks. They would most likely settle out of court. And they would definitely settle out of court if there was a problem. Now, if he legitimately owed it and they could prove he was using the services, they'd probably go after him.
I got to do a spot coming up. Okay, got it.
With 0 application fees, 0 appraisal fees, and 0 cash due at closing. Learn more at Discover Home Equity.
Do you want to fight aging? Do you want to use some cosmetic procedures that are less than thousands and thousands of dollars less than a plastic surgeon? They have thread lifts available. They have injectables. They have things to stimulate your collagen. The Revitalize Health, these brothers who've gotten together and opened this clinic, do these. They also do BioT with testosterone, estrogen, and thyroid treatments. They optimize hormones. They help you with all kinds of cosmetic procedures. To find out more, you ought to visit their website. Now, they're located in 2 places, okay? 470 Ken Carroll, and then Alameda and Federal. So, I urge you to contact them, 720-361-2302. Really, we know a lot of people that go there. They're great people. I do BioT, 720-361-2302. And their website is thehormonebros.com, thehormonebros.com.
It's Don Dunaway Health. He hung up.
Now might be your
I
time.
used Village.
Who hung up?
I used your Art Granite guy.
Who's Don?
Don is the guy
He's a
from,
good guy.
I'm going to tell you
you're talking
something.
about doing
I've had 3 realtors that are friends of my house, and that all 3 of them said,
I think he's one of
"Those are
those
the
guys
most
no
beautiful
legwork."
countertops I've ever seen in my life."
Mitch Fleer does a great job.
Yeah,
He
they're
actually had
so
a
beautiful.
without extending their term.
What could you do with 300
No legwork.
a month or more?
You gotta commit. How many times do we tell them what to do? Take them to small claims court. How many times do you think they fucking do it?
One out of 100.
1 out of 100.
Oh,
And
that's
what
you're
happens?
being generous.
The ones that follow through, guess what? They get it.
They win.
We don't just say it because it's our fucking go-to line.
No, it works.
AT&T, I know, works for a fact. First of all, they got to hire outside counsel just to show up for mediation.
Without the stress. Take aim.
You'll sue them. The next thing you'll get is a notice from small claims saying the person you took to court, because they're outside of the state, they're allowed to have counsel. If you want to hire counsel now, you can, but everything will still be small claims court. Then you'll meet with them. You'll do the arbitration or mediation the day before, unless it's in Denver. And then they'll, if it's legit, they'll settle. They don't care.
Yeah, I like meeting with them. They want to work with you.
6273, 619-6273. FlexAdentofColorado.com. At
One of the big tricks about the court is you have to let them know that you're willing to go the whole way. But you don't want to just walk it. You know, people say, "Oh, I don't want to do this," and make it.
Well, the other thing, though, is I've always had something legit.
Yeah.
I've always had something like, okay, I have tried every other manner in it. So I don't know how it would work if he truly owed AT&T $1,700 and you find out he's got a cell phone and, you know, he's got his signature and everything on it. They might pay for the attorney to go after him.
On court, you have to be just adamant about your position. You know, do that.
Or if they bring in an attorney, is it possible they can get attorney fees?
No attorney's fees.
With a county?
Thank God there's no attorney's fees, or every damn big company out there would countersue with the attorney's fees, and that the whole reason for small claims court would be gone. They are allowed to bring an attorney if they don't have representation in this state.
Or request to move it up to county court.
But then they have to countersue you under something.
And go above 7,500.
Or have another reason. I had one that brought me into, forget county court, they brought me up to,
District?
no, keep going, federal court.
Oh.
Because I quoted a federal law in my suit. Never do that again. I learned that lesson. That was a pain in the ass. I found myself writing a motion to the fucking court.
They have reached an all-time low at Colorado and Company, Dream Interpreting.
Are you serious?
No, sir. Look, it's Colorado and Company.
Oh my God.
All the balls around.
And light. Look at them.
What do they do, though?
They're running this tape on Colorado and Company.
No, what is it, though? Do you even know what the product is?
They interpret your dreams. Look. Look at this.
They interpret your...
My dreams are usually...
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. This hour brought to you by One Clear Choice Garage Doors. A finer garage door company has never existed. OneClearChoiceDoors.com. I say that because they are the best of the best. I've had them do 7 different jobs for me, include some were openers, some were just doors. They do the free inspection of everything. If they just want to be a garage door company, OneClearChoiceDoors.com. All right, so this bank fraud is troubling, and I don't know why people haven't picked up on it, that all someone has to do is make a withdrawal, and it's home free. They're never prosecuted. Do you understand that? Never prosecuted, ever. I'm not talking about like these massive bank frauds where they take thousands from thousands of accounts. I'm saying that if you go around the 50 states, and when you're done, go back to the original state, alphabetically, and you simply do an ACH from someone's account. You can do it every week for a year, different state every week. You will never be prosecuted. I'm not encouraging you to do it. I'm saying it's a shame that you can do it. and you will never be prosecuted. You will live off of others, and banks will decide on a case-by-case basis if they want to give the money back. That's how easy it is. You don't have to even make believe you're a merchant. You just put an ACH through. Well, making believe you're a merchant, or obviously it's fraud, right? So you have to make believe you're something. But you can do it. No one's going to question you. You can make believe you're the person themselves, sending them to their mom, or you can, whatever you want to do, just take the money out and it's transferred to your account. Then you close that account. You got the money. Now you move on to your next state and your next victim. It's too bad, but true. Patty, what happened to you?
Well, my son is a college student, and I have a joint account with him where I just put money in when he needs it, never more than about $25. And I think someone spooked his phone because the bank basically told me the same stuff, but that they had a check supposedly made out, deposited by him, just shy of $10,000, and immediately after that check was deposited, supposedly on his phone, they withdrew $100 from the ATM that was in our neighborhood, and then did it again the next day, and then there were several charges. They wouldn't refund the money withdrawn. They said he compromised his account somehow.
How did they get the ATM pin?
I have no clue.
I don't necessarily think your son was in cahoots, but I mean, somehow they got that pin.
Could be someone he knows.
Could be he is.
Listen, the chances of guessing a pin are nothing. People, I mean, it's so remote, you shouldn't even discuss it. So if someone gets your pin, they've either spied on you and gotten it, or you wrote it down somewhere, or you have it somewhere else, and they have your pin and they found it.
Or remember back in the day, the gas station ones would have those things that grabbed it when you put it in.
Those cloners.
The cloners or whatever.
Yeah, and I'm not so sure they even use those anymore. Maybe they do.
I don't think they can with the chips.
Oh, but man, fraud is rampant.
We caught it. It's only been about $300. But, you know.
No, hey, listen, I understand. But here's the deal. Then the thief moves on. They're never, ever prosecuted. Never. You understand that? Because you're in different states. In fact, if you go to different counties, they don't coordinate. See, law enforcement doesn't do anything for small criminals in multi-jurisdictions. We see it all the time, where a guy goes to one jurisdiction and he'll get $1,000 down and move on.
Lopez.
And then he'll go to another jurisdiction. And the two DAs will never get. They don't put them together. They don't consolidate. They just don't do it. The Attorney General's too busy. Now, with massive fraud, you'll see a news release every once in a while about some massive fraud that was busted, or real estate scam, or mortgage scam. Yes. Or credit card ring. Yes. On a massive scale, but never on the small crook side. Never. Thomas, what's going on with you, Thomas? Welcome.
They haven't called me yet.
What's that, Thomas?
I just talked to my wife.
Okay, let's talk about your VA problem.
All right. I put in for VA benefits, but it's been about, I guess, 20 years ago.
Uh-huh. Did you ever get them?
Nope.
Wait, you applied?
I never heard a word from them.
Well, why are you thinking about it 20 years later?
My wife has breast cancer.
Okay.
She's had for 10 years. 10 years. It's migrated to her bones, and I have got.
Well, no, you would. Would you be eligible for VA benefits? Are you a veteran?
Yes, sir. I got almost 10 years in active duty.
And you should have VA, right?
Yes.
And are you telling me you can't apply, or they won't let you? What's the problem?
I don't know how to reapply.
Well, we have people that can help you at the VA. Don't we have some VA angels that can help us? Yeah, we do. Now, Thomas, I'm not sure how VA works with dependents. Would your wife be covered or not?
I don't know. I doubt it.
Okay, but how old is your wife?
She's 79.
Well, she's on Medicare, right?
Yes.
And you're on
Medicare.
And you're on Medicare, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But I got a benefit after I didn't get anything from VA way back then.
Well, it's okay, but you are using your Medicare for your prostate cancer, right?
Well, not on the policy that I have got for myself.
What did you get? Did you go out? Did you get Medicare Advantage? Did you go outside the government system?
Yes.
Yeah, that's where
when I didn't get on the VA benefits, I says, "Oh well, forget it. I'm healthy." And I have been for 20 years.
But I'm asking about Medicare. I'm not asking about VA. You said you got on Medicare, right?
Well, yeah, I've qualified for that through the VA, and
Thomas, I'm not talking about the VA.
Plan.
Okay, why didn't you just get regular Medicare?
Because I thought I had to have this. When the open enrollment period was, and they said you had to have Medicare Advantage plan.
You don't have to have an Advantage plan. That's the worst plan you can have. You should have just Type A and Part A and Part B. You should buy a Part D program and a supplement. That is the ideal situation for Medicare. You can't beat the price for Part A and Part B. And then you go out and find a separate Part D program for drugs and a separate supplement for copays. Thomas, you're paying too much and getting too little. You have to switch.
Well,
we need to find out from a couple things.
Integra.
Let's get him a VA advocate, and then also from Integra, let's find out what is covered and what's not. If anything goes retroactive, I'd like to know about the Medicare thing. Once you get Advantage, can you go back? That's really what I want to know.
VA, the first thing you have to do is open an account.
What's that?
You have to open an account.
Yeah,
you
but
have to set up an account with VA before.
If you have Medicaid and it's the right way to do it, would you even use VA?
No.
You mean Medicare?
Medicare.
But sometimes you get
I don't know.
drugs and stuff.
I don't know. I know a lot of people who use the VA with Medicare, and they have Medicare.
They have both?
How do you get to what?
I don't know.
I don't have the call.
I don't know.
I've got a lot of
Sorry
stories.
about that.
John Jones.
Do you know that
Appreciate it.
I can't figure it out
my
either.
Social Security account was compromised?
Suzanne told me.
I can't get into
You know
it.
what? If you want to go search, you want to search the
What is it?
You might have to start.
Well, that's fine.
What do you think
I just wanted to, I usually have the call log here, and I've got a bunch of others.
I mean, if they would get checks,
I think since they turned 62. You think?
God, wouldn't you think the name would have to be your name? I don't know how that shit works. If they send a check to Thomas Martino,
They're forging it.
If you
Thomas Martino.
oh, I guess you're right.
I think
Go to a
the
check
sun-
cashing place.
Yeah, I forget about
I
that.
think the sun was in
I do too.
Sun was in cahoots or
As soon as
K&H Home Solutions is the place to go for window siding, doors, and more. K&H has what you're looking for this month, 5 windows or more. If you buy them at their already low, great value prices. And they make really quality windows. 5 windows or more, you get installation for $1 each. And this is a real deal. You can compare it. You can say, look, here's what it would normally cost, and they will go back to that normal price after this special this month. Now, you don't have to have them put in this month, just make an appointment. You can make your own in-home appointment at khwindows.com. khwindows.com. In Colorado, more than 60 years. And I was there when they changed ownership 30 years ago, and I know the new owner, of course. 303-421-7100. Buy 5 windows or more, and then what you get is installation for $1 each. 421-7100, khwindows.com. That's khwindows.com.
Have you heard all the companies?
Maybe not in cahoots, but he had some friend or whatever he shared.
Suzanne's sister's kid took a check. She got $300 in cash, gave access to this guy for the $300. She only had like $10 in the account. Gave him the debit card, the PIN number, and full access to the account in exchange for $300. What she didn't realize is her dad was still on the account, which had a different checking account under his own name only.
You can go through that?
They did a put her $7,000 in the hole.
And then they go to his account.
And then they simply took it from Dad's account.
Because of a cross-collateral.
So Dad wants to fucking kill her right now. That's what happened.
And I think that should be legal.
You should be able to kill your child for that. But look how, I mean, she knew she was screwing the bank.
On some stage.
Oh, damn it. I think you should be able to...
The bones are still soft.
Yeah.
If you manage a team, you have to try Monday.com. Monday.com is a platform to track everything your
Now, why would they run a Larson that was
all our projects.
someone else during this? For the life of me, I have no idea why they would just do that. Did you even hear that? I have no clue who that was.
That's something I couldn't find in any other management tool.
Okay.
I think we should try to get the dream person on.
I'm going to ask Jeremy.
Our new board op.
I tried managing everything we were
Gary?
doing with spreadsheets. It was a nightmare.
Hey Ed, can you email me that Larson spot that ran a few minutes ago?
Mr. Ed?
With Monday.com, you can filter through data.
It was a recorded. I just want to listen to it later.
Seriously, if you manage a team, you need to use Monday.com. Make those endless emails, texts, meetings, and missed deadlines a thing of the past. For a limited time, try it for free. No credit card required. Just come to Monday.com and sign up at Monday.com.
When you think about home loans, think ideal home loans and the help they
Hey,
can
Richard?
give.
Yeah. This is the
We go
banner.
through it line by line, and that
Come here
really
a
allows
second
us
here.
to do an effective job to make sure we're doing what's in your best interest.
You know what?
Brent Ivanson
That
is-
advertising agency is not doing them a
That's the banner I'm
justice.
gonna put up.
People who think
So that's-
having
you're actually
one
right
spot
over
on the
there.
show
So
is best. They're insane.
right there.
They don't get the advantage of queuing unless they move around.
To me, that's even crazier, though. Forget about moving it around.
This up.
Not using the person doing the show over someone else doing a pre-recorded makes 0 sense.
If you're tired of taking medication and you've been told that you will need a joint replacement someday, call us 303-292-9992 or go to downtownshealthcare.com.
All 2019 must go during summer deal days.
Did you read that article on that Bet TV guy? It is fucking a good
On
article.
the what?
The guy that started Bet TV, first black guy to be a billionaire.
What about him?
Well, he's a huge Democrat, big on Hillary. Came out and said there is no way the Democrats are going to win. They are not my party anymore. They went too far left. This is absolutely crazy. They don't even give Trump credit for lots of stuff like black unemployment, the lowest of all time ever.
He said that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge article. It's crazy. And he's like, he was one of Hillary's biggest supporters.
What about that billionaire that was doing the young girls? You know, Clinton was flying around in his plane back when he was doing that.
You never know what'll come out of that story, right? You never know
I got
what'll
you.
come out of that.
Or maybe...
All you gotta have is one.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, you know more about that system than I do. I guess if it was alive, it's no big deal, right?
I remember.
Yeah, that's Island.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. CrackerJackMudjacking.com is with us. We also have Denver Clean Pro. They're carpet cleaners, by the way, Clean Pro. What method do you use, Rich? Do you use hot water extraction?
Actually, I do not. The system we use was invented almost 30 years ago.
And what is it?
What we use...
Well, why is this mic so low, by the way? Why is this mic so low? It's not you, Rich. I mean, for some reason the level's low.
It was completely unplugged.
It was? Okay, go ahead. Talk now. All right. Well, it's worse. So I guess...
Just switch him to the other
I'll
one.
come in.
Yeah, well, just go to that mic and turn that mic on and that one off if you could. That would be good. I just need to know, because now I'm curious, because hot water extraction is what we usually recommend. So what method do you use?
Well, it's a low moisture system. It's called the Clean Pro carpet cleaning system.
But how does it work?
What we use is a citrus-based organic cleaning solution on the carpet.
Okay.
And that goes after the dirt, which is why people call me in the first place.
And then what?
And then in order to remove the dirt, instead of using suction or vacuuming, we initiate an ion exchange process in the carpet with our cleaning pad. Our cleaning pad has a different solution in it. We call it an activation solution.
So you have two different solutions, one that cleans and one that goes after that solution.
Correct.
And what does it do to that solution?
The activation solution helps initiate the ion exchange process, which separates the dirt from the carpet.
And then what? Where does the dirt go?
Into the cleaning pad.
And how often do you change those pads?
Usually about once every 2 areas or so, but
Yeah.
if I look at the pad after one of the areas and I'm getting a little grossed out about it, which is easy enough for me to do because I'm a little obsessive about it, then I just put on a new cleaning pad and go on.
And what's the fluid?
The cleaning solution itself is that organic citrus-based solution.
So it's non-toxic, totally.
Correct. Yes.
Sounds like it's a lot drier too, right?
It is low moisture, so it dries in about 1 to 2 hours. We clean down to the base of the fiber, so it's a deep clean. And
you don't go into the pad?
No.
But what if you need to get like stuff out of the pad like the suctions do? Do you have a suction machine?
We don't recommend doing anything with the underpad, because when the underpad gets wet, it could take up to a week or 2 to dry.
So, but if someone has like urine or something like that, can you get that out?
We can get urine out of the carpet. If the urine's down in the underpad and still smelling, the best way and the only way
replace
the underpad. And
now,
it's not the underpad itself is not the expensive part. It's getting the carpet professionally restretched is usually a little bit more expensive than the underpad itself. The underpad's pretty cheap.
Okay. If you have any questions, 303-713-TALK. You know, I do want to talk to you because you have a problem with manufacturers, because manufacturers recommend hot water extraction in their warranties. We can talk about that, okay? But it's like you should do some lobbying because people are being conditioned by their manufacturers themselves. 303-713-TALK. Thomas, we're going to get someone to work with you on VA benefits. But I want to ask John at Integra Insurance. Now, they are health insurance brokers. But, John, I wanted to ask you something, your personal opinion, because you really helped me understand Social Security or understand Medicare. Medicare Advantage versus Medicare Part A and Part B, is it a better program? I mean, why do some people get it?
Are you talking about going over to Medicare Advantage?
Yeah. What is Medicare Advantage? It totally takes the place.
What you're doing with Medicare Advantage, Tom, is you're taking your original Medicare and you're forfeiting that over to an insurance company.
Okay.
The insurance company has gone to the federal government and say, hey, we think we can do better than Medicare A and B.
Right,
So
and they allow them to do it.
Plans.
Okay, but what's better, do you think? You recommended that I do Part A, Part B original from the government, and then get a supplement for Part D for drugs, and then also get it's called the drug plan, and then get a supplement on top of that. Is that what you recommend most of the time?
Most of the time, because it all boils down to freedom of choice. Because
okay,
a lot of these Medicare Advantage programs, you're being put into networks, just like under Obamacare.
Okay, so, but there must be some advantage to Medicare Advantage if people are going to it. Who would benefit from that?
Let's say somebody that their doctors honestly just take Medicare Advantage. So, like New West Physicians out there does United. So anybody that might want New West Physicians, their doctors already might want to go into a Medicare Advantage program. Or maybe they're on limited income.
But why is this guy telling me
Medicare Advantage programs have 0 premiums?
Okay. Oh, because you're forfeiting your money.
When you say forfeiting,
well,
your money,
instead of paying, instead of your Social Security paying Medicare, your Social Security pays the other company.
Correct.
That's why you have no premiums, but you do have premiums because you're paying it out of your Social Security.
Correct. And then whatever else they charge the federal government.
Oh, okay. Now, what about drugs on an Advantage plan? Do you need a prescription plan on top of it?
No, most of them are covered under the Medicare Advantage, but obviously you have formulary versus non-formulary list.
Okay, so why then, this is the big question, Thomas says he has prostate cancer and it's not covered. So why isn't it covered, Thomas?
It is covered, but all this other, I don't know why it's costing me this much.
Wait, Thomas, you said it wasn't covered because you have Medicare Advantage. Now you're telling me it is covered. So what is not covered? Do you have to pay? Do you have to pay any copays or anything?
Yes, the copays.
How much are you paying?
They was telling me I have to pay up to $4,000 before the insurance even kicks in. Anything.
I get it. So, John, are deductibles common with Medicare Advantage?
So they're copays.
Oh.
So you have a copay for about everything, just like with Kaiser. You'll have a copay.
So even though you think you're...
these plans, depending on the plan you take, will have anywhere from $4,500 up to $10,000 max out of
What's
pocket.
a copay if you keep the government plan, Part A, Part B?
Well, with Part A, Part B, and, like for his prostrate, his outpatient probably, his radiation, he'd have a $185 calendar year deductible to be met under Medicare Part B.
$185 as opposed to $4,000.
Yes, $185 calendar year deductible, and then 20%. So it'd be 20% of whatever the remaining charges are.
Oh.
That's why people will buy supplements to offset what their potential out-of-pocket could be.
Okay.
Just like you have, Tom.
But it sounds better than the other plan, the Advantage plan, because on the Advantage plan, you're going to end up paying a lot if you have a serious illness.
But you have a max out-of-pocket. Yeah, you could, but you still have that max out-of-pocket.
Okay, then the next question we had.
Just like that, no premium.
The next question we had. Well, you keep saying no premium, but John, if they're paying premium anyway out of their Social Security for Part A and Part B, you are paying for Part A and Part B, but you can say that has no premium because both Part A and Part B and Advantage, don't they come out of your Social Security benefit or not?
Yeah, they pay that $135. That $135 goes over to the insurance company.
That's your premium.
But I have a supplement. So I'm paying additional premium for my supplement.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. You're saying if you have Advantage...
I have zero after they paid their $135.
Okay. So here's the next question. If he has Advantage right now and wants to switch back to conventional Medicare with a drug plan and supplement, can you switch at any time?
No.
When can you switch?
Tom and I think I spoke with Tom earlier this morning.
Okay.
And the problem is he's past his initial open enrollment period.
So then he waits till next enrollment?
It doesn't matter because these supplement plans can underwrite. So if he's having to go through radiation right now for prostate cancer, a supplement carrier, even doing open enrollment, is going to say no. We're not going to take you at this point.
Okay, but let's say someone else who's not had a major claim. I'm on Medicare Advantage, and I want to get out of it, and I want to go back to regular Medicare. When do I do it?
You could do it during open enrollment.
Okay. When is open enrollment?
Through December 7th.
Okay.
Or they have a special disenrollment from January 1st through the 14th.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that with the Obama rules, I thought there was no pre-existing. It didn't matter if it was open enrollment, but that's different now again?
Are you saying this guy, because he has cancer, can't go over to the other plan?
He can go to another Medicare Advantage program doing open enrollment.
But can he go to Part A, Part B during open enrollment?
Yeah, he could go back to Medicare A and B anytime,
But you're saying the supplement. You're saying if he wants a supplement.
But we could not write him a supplement at this point with this project.
They're allowed to use pre-existing conditions then.
Very correct.
Okay. Well, I find that odd. Anyway, we have more coming up. I'm overtime.
Anytime I hear about health insurance, I want to rip my fucking face off because I thought there was no pre-existing.
That was very good.
There is no Medicare, the supplement policies.
And we're going to get Thomas maybe someone at VA. He needs VA benefits. He needs just help.
If he's had his DD-214 and stuff, I'm sure he can take it.
What is that? What is a DD what?
That's his discharge rate.
You have to go in
because he's got to be discharged. If it's like a bad conduct or dishonorable, he's not going to get any
I've helped people with this. They have to
has a general.
Maybe he's still in.
The first thing they have to do is set up an account. Otherwise, they don't even talk to you.
Well,
you set up an account.
That shouldn't be hard.
You could go right there.
Thousands of hotels across the country, including La Quinta, Days Inn, and Super 8.
Without an
Great
account,
hotel by
if you need an account,
Wyndham
they
is
assign
closer
somebody
than
to
you
you.
think. Find one
But
near
if
you
you don't have an
and
account,
book
nobody will
direct
talk to you.
at wyndhamhotels.com.
If you want your air conditioning working better, they do a cleaning of the compressor and the condenser and the entire system. You get fresher air. You get your ductwork at home done. Pro Auto Care can do your air conditioning system. And it's a great price. Call for more details. It makes your air conditioning like new. And of course, for all your auto maintenance and free roadside assistance in between your repairs, 303-PRO-AUTO, 303-PRO-AUTO, or 303proauto.com.
Hi, folks. Dan
father-in-law, he was on Medicare, but he still did the VA because he got his drugs up pretty much free.
Wait, with what? With VA?
With because he had a VA. And
He had both.
You know, I did not realize, I don't know, either way you're screwed. So I know what he's saying. I don't have Social Security benefits. But when I take them, they're gonna, my premium I pay. I know what he's saying.
You pay that right out of you.
I pay a premium right now. I'm paying $400 a month for the best medical care I've ever had in my entire life. No,
everything.
For Part A and Part B.
Because he doesn't take his social.
Also supplement too.
When I take my benefit, they'll subtract $400 bucks.
But that's your premium.
Right.
Yeah.
But
John was saying there was
no
premium.
If I go to an Advantage, they're going to send it to them. I'm still paying a premium.
Yeah.
What he meant was a supplement. You don't need a supplement with Advantage.
Right. You cannot do a supplement, I don't think.
Okay. And with mine, I have a supplement.
Right.
So I'm paying another.
You have 2 supplements, right?
1 supplement. I have Part A, Part B is 1 premium.
And
that
then
that pays to the government.
Yeah.
And then Part D is like $30 a month.
For drugs.
Yeah, but it saves me
Well, of course.
$300 a month.
And then a supplement.
Or 5, more than that. And then a supplement. You're right. So I have 3 plans: the government plan, the drug plan, and the supplement
And if
plan.
you were taking Social Security, it would come right out of your Social
That's
Security
right.
check.
But-
And if you had Advantage, they would take that money
So
and
my
shuffle it
benefit
to
is like
whoever.
$3,000 or something, which is the max anybody can get. So you get, because they only count up to 125,000 of income for the last 10 or how many
Whatever
years.
quarters.
Judy and I have both really tested the system with these hospital bills we've had. Both of us had really high bills, and we have the Social Security sickness supplement.
Isn't it great? I know.
Not a penny?
Not a penny.
I never pay anything, bro. I get everything done. I love it.
Is there a supplement for dental?
And I pay for everything. It doesn't matter what it is.
There might be a company out there.
Can you get a dental supplement?
3rd floor.
Not like a good one. You know, it's never the same. Isn't that weird? Why is medical different? They should be exactly the same. There should be no difference.
Because I think I think dental's
No, they
different,
do.
man.
They do have dental plans, but they're lousy. They're not good.
Dental's weird.
They're expensive.
But it should be. In fact, it's more important to prevent serious illness.
Yeah, but a lot of people just simply don't brush their fucking teeth. So, I mean, what do you do with them?
Pull their teeth.
Still, if they went to forced to go to a dentist every 5 or 6 months, it would probably stave off a lot of serious bacteria and inflammation.
And you would say, they go...
So now you're saying we should force people to go to the dentist every
Well,
5
there
or
was a
6
dental
months.
plan. See, this is the problem we get into. There was a good dental plan, and people that don't go for 6 years until something's major
$10,000
cost way more than that. And then I, who goes every 6 months,
Costs nothing.
See, it's always unfair. Well, so is health insurance for some asshole who smokes.
Who smokes or does whatever.
Drugs, anything.
Or doesn't work out or doesn't eat right, and you have these people
obese, whatever it is.
But you can't price based on lifestyle.
I think they
That's
do
funny,
hold
though.
smokers.
Except for car insurance.
Don't smokers do now?
You can't with, well, car insurance, they hold everything against you. If you're a white young male at a certain age in a
You're
certain
fucked.
neighborhood, you pay more than another kid in another neighborhood.
Yeah. Or female.
Or if you get speeding tickets. Just like
But they don't call it, what they call it is actuarial.
Yeah, but there's actuarials in healthcare, too.
Well, do you know what they call actuarials in crime? Profiling.
That's true. You're right.
Because they're based on statistics.
That's true.
You're right.
They're going to
Good
start
call.
using DNA for
Good
health
call.
insurance premiums.
Simply Floors
Lots of
Inc.com.
DNA.
That's like incorporated.
That's what people are scared of.
Jim,
That's why
I think she ran out to the restaurant.
Yeah, I just ran into the stairwell.
Go to the website, make your own
How's it
appointment,
going?
get all
Good.
the same floor
How are
coverage
you?
as the big
Great.
boxes, but
My
you
wife
save
has
money,
the same
routinely
sundress
20%,
on.
sometimes
We like
as much
having
as
Jim
30
here.
and 40 and even 50%, and the
Huh?
best installation on the market.
So do you know where your
And
space is going to be in this new?
That's
No one does.
Keeping it very, very...
But I assume they're going to group people together, like sales or something.
Yeah, I think all the sales are going up there. Yep. Who knows?
Let me tell you, you
Very
know
hush
who
hush.
Epstein is, right? The billionaire.
Flower.
Epstein, the billionaire with the young girls.
Oh, my God.
I will bet you.
He was a buddy of Clinton's.
Clinton comes out of that.
303-713-TALK. Okay, let's take your calls. Please get them in. We'll take them. 303-713-8255. Kathy, what's going on, Kathy?
Yeah, hi, Tom.
Hi, Kathy. What's happening?
We have a small cabin up above Fort Collins.
Yes.
And we have some wind and hail damage on the roof. And so I just wanted to get some information on one of those public adjusters that you've been talking about.
Okay, on referralist.com, we have 2 of them. And we've known Paragon longer, but the other guy is very experienced and a great guy. And
Fort Collins is pretty far. I'm not sure.
Wait, you're not sure what?
I don't think Matt's in Colorado Springs. I don't know if he'll.
No, Matt goes all over, but I think the other guy does too. Kathy, what did the insurance company offer you?
We haven't had them out yet.
But I would have. You're sure you have damage, right?
Oh yes.
Okay, I would have an adjuster out and get a settlement, and whatever they tell you, then you have a baseline to go from.
So, like Matt works this way. If you use him from the beginning, it's going to cost you 10% of X. If you use him after you get that initial amount, it's 15% now, Tom, so you understand.
Okay, but only of the additional amount.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. And so I don't mind that. It depends on how you want to do it.
It's perfect.
I actually, me personally, will get him in from the beginning. I don't want to mess with it at all. And they'll get way more money because that little bit, let's say I get in some cases, we've had like $7,000 settlements, right? Okay, so you get to keep whatever the percentage is from that $7,000. You get to keep $700, but you get him in there and he triples or quadruples the amount.
A lot of policies actually pay if you're going to be your own. If you're going to go find your own roof or get your own stuff done, they actually pay a percentage on overhead and profit that could almost cover their entire fee.
That's
so
right.
You end up paying zero.
Right, right. It's amazing how insurance companies cheat you. Now, some people might say, well, wait a minute. If you get money and it doesn't go back into the house, how's that fair? Because you can shop the best price and do whatever you want. That's why. They're supposed to pay you on your actual loss. And here's the thing. Some of that, it was what's called site allowance or premature aging, all kinds of stuff. Patrick, your car caught fire?
I came home to my apartment in Greeley Saturday night and parked it at 5 o'clock. At 8:30, they were knocking on my door saying my car is on fire. And I have a witness who said that she heard fireworks by my car before the fire. And I'm in big trouble here. I just beat kidney cancer. Saved up the money to be off.
So you don't have comprehensive insurance on your car?
I just had basic insurance. I live paycheck to paycheck, Tom.
You have nothing to fix your car? Your car is totaled?
It is. It burned up.
Oh, man. You know what? Comprehensive is not the same as collision. Just hold on. I really recommend people get comp because that does cover the fire and theft and stuff. Let's see what we can do for Patrick and more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. Plus, we'll talk about Buy and Build's big auction closing soon. Brent Ivinson, Ideal Home Loans. Let's talk about how you can help home buyers.
We have a number of programs. They're all free.
Do you need to go?
We'll go back to him. He's screwed. He didn't have his car caught on fire. It's total, no insurance.
Comp is cheap too.
No, maybe not to him.
Well,
engaged.
How do you not have insurance?
No, he's got
liability.
No comp, no collision.
Yeah, he's got liability.
Does he say what kind of car it is?
No.
Yeah.
I can't figure out how fireworks.
You just call.
I can't figure out how fireworks catch a car on fire.
Boy, they'd have to land just under the car. It would have to be really wide.
Windows are open.
Huh?
That could happen.
You know, the interior of those cars won't burn.
Really?
Now, wait a minute. You're saying if I drench the inside of the car in gasoline
It'll burn.
and explosions
I'm sure.
and TNT, actual power.
If you take a lighter to the fabric, it'll melt. It'll burn.
You're saying if I take a blowtorch.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Well, that's the accelerant.
Okay.
You have to have an accelerant to get go.
Let's test it on your Hummer.
Okay. When I went to arson school, we would pour gas in the car, light it, and close the doors, and the fire would go out.
That's kind of
But,
well, they design it so they don't try not to burn.
Yeah.
So
If you want to burn your car, if you set an engine fire, you don't set the interior on fire.
Fireworks?
You get that oil heated up, boy.
We have lots of fireworks in there.
Now they were illegal fireworks too.
We find cars out in the country in the middle of winter with the windows down, burned up. You know they burned up the car. You know, found that. There's an engine fire.
Like I said, some days.
Here in Colorado, you run it off the side of a cliff.
So this could have been an engine fire and then the gas tank went.
He could have had a gas leak in the car.
Could have been millions.
Yeah, it could, but
Always worried.
Yeah, you're right.
How often?
It's,
yeah,
I think he's picking.
we were really surprised when we were trying to set the interior on fire in a car we had locked.
He's going to have bills too he doesn't even know about. Dan, to get that car out of that parking lot.
I really want you to go away now.
Need some me time.
We need to not have a conversation.
I don't know if the fire department takes it.
Wait, why do you
It's
care?
important.
They told her, wait, you said keep it.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
and I'm sure she
They
does.
tore it off for
No, it's,
examination or something.
No,
It's
they
kind of
said, hey, tow
navigate
truck driver, come
relationships.
get
Of
it.
course, everybody is
Yeah.
wants to
Yeah,
have
you're
it.
right.
Remember
They
said
could
that-
probably still come after him, but maybe.
Remember they said they'd do that with RVs,
Yeah.
RVs, old RVs and stuff, they called the tow place and said, hey, come and get it at this thing. Because otherwise you can't get rid of them.
On that.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, why don't you tell me?
Yeah, the old clunkers.
Make sure I do
Remember that meth head we fucking went and saw?
I'll make certain I do
That fucking guy and his kid trying to grab the camera from us.
The rolling turd?
The rolling turd, man.
You know, but Doug's wife.
Fuck, you should have seen this kid, man. This kid, if anybody did meth, this kid was
She
literally doing
down
it.
the
They were living in the RV.
And I
That was their only vehicle.
It was their rolling office.
So we set them up to come and give a bid at this place. And so they came rolling.
We couldn't believe it.
A rolling slump.
Oh, yeah, it was bad,
And
man.
Mark, where's your serve?
Oh, you served.
And the other people were hanging out, remember? They were hanging out watching.
I'll have my day in court, of course. Gone.
Where else can you go?
Never to be seen again.
All this weird shit happens. That's what's fun about this.
And this is before we knew about the Amazon box.
What do we have tomorrow, Mark?
What?
That's one of our favorites.
What you do,
What's that?
you can bring it, put it in the
I know.
Oh, yeah.
Never know.
God, it works so good.
I know, that's what I've used it. Mark has used it.
Yeah.
I used it twice so far. It's
Use
great.
what?
The Amazon box trick Clint came up with when you're serving someone. Everybody wants a fucking package. It's incredible. I'm the same way. I'm like, package! Give me that package! Package! Who doesn't want a package?
And then do you tell them after you gave it to them, or do you
You
wait?
just gotta act like you're gonna hand that to them and you say, I got something else for
Then you open the box. I open the box
And
and go, ha!
You don't give them the box, though, do you?
Gotcha!
You give them the box?
Not to remember the auctioneer. Nope, I opened it up and
That
said, "You've been served."
That Dusty guy, the second time I served him, I did give him the box. He sealed up, and he opened it up, and I said, I got you again, motherfucker.
Yeah, I know.
But you gotta remember, you gotta take the address off of it.
I'm telling you, people see Amazon and they just think, I got something.
They start drooling.
Yeah, I know. They're like, ooh, free Amazon.
It's like Pavlov's dog.
I get it delivered. We have it every day.
Remember the kid that you served at the golf course? Who says, you just in the box?
Oh, my God.
You see him right in
He did, man. He would. If I walked up with an envelope, not in a million years would he acknowledge who it was.
They are killing themselves.
Hey, I got a package for. That's me. Dude, he was so far. I couldn't believe how far ahead he was. I got so lucky though, literally just like kind of run into him.
Play around.
I got a hat and shirt for the phone company.
And then call maintenance. We've got a big problem on green number 4.
I've been hacking away.
This is a Goodwill store.
You said Robert?
Did you ever figure out why that mic is so crappy?
Tell him put a ticket in.
I work for the
That's the good one.
What?
Is to get like a uniform.
Oh, like a UPS uniform and an Amazon package.
I got a Bell telephone uniform, the hat and the shirt. Goodwill.
No, it was partially.
No, you want
UPS to tell me it.
But then you do something wrong on it, like SPU.
Is there a way to test it?
It's just a really fucking.
Turn them like sideways.
Speak into it.
Can you hear me?
Speak regular. Count to 10.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
It's dead.
24/7. Find all major brands.
Are you telling me there's something wrong in this studio?
Wait, he didn't turn it on.
No
He
way.
didn't turn it on.
Oh,
Mike.
here, yeah, no, this.
Should we try a different mic or?
1, 2, 3,
Nope.
4.
No, he's dead, man. It's different.
Pharmacist today.
Or his levels killed under here.
Consumers
Crawl under here.
Switch it off.
all inside information to help you.
Just start unplugging and plugging shit in.
Right here on Talk Radio 630 KF, the Consumers Real Estate Show.
Yeah, it wasn't. I unplugged it because it wasn't working.
No, when we got in here, which means it might not be our mic.
560 South Wapan Street in
Somebody
Denver.
switched
That's
it out
560
because
South
theirs wasn't
Wapan Street in Denver. Just south of Alameda.
I am.
We'll share if you need him on the
Well, it'd be weird if
Just
it
remember
was
to push this button.
1, 2, 3, 4.
They do, but now we offer installation as well.
Don't just turn it on until he tells you though, because it'll go in there.
Yeah, I was just
Yeah, but he bought the plastic.
No.
This
This is for.
Spectacular?
The Troubleshooter.
Stupendous? Spectacular?
They're real.
Hi, Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. This hour brought to you by Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. I love bragging about Frank when it comes to real estate because there are so many people getting into the field right now because it's a hot market. Protect yourself. Get someone who's been in it for years and years, like more than 30, and also has the knowledge, expertise, experience, and statistics to back it up. 303-920-1622. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. All right, listen, be thinking about how we can help Patrick. His car caught on fire. It's totaled. He had no insurance. I mean, that's what it boils down to. So how is he different than anyone who lost a car? Well, we'll figure that out. He says he's suffering from something, and I think he's disabled. Listen, we'll take any and all calls and try to do what we can. Now, you like online auctions. Buy and Build has one going on right now. So if anyone out there is doing any kind of home improvements at all, Courtney is with us from Buy and Build. Courtney, this is an online auction, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Is it different than most online, like because you're moving locations and you're in your new location on South Wapan, so 2 blocks south of Alameda? Because you are in your new location, do you have extra stuff to get rid of?
Oh yeah, we have everything you can imagine. We have full pallets of cabinets. We've got all of our equipment, so pallet racking.
Are there any minimums?
Pallet jacks, rolling store cases. No minimums at all. Everything sells to the highest bidder regardless of the price. I've got a 10,000-watt solar system up on the roof that's for sale. There's a solar water heater.
Wow.
The rest of the musical instruments and cases and stuff like that are for sale.
What kind of musical instruments?
Well, there's individually we have like a trumpet, I think, or a saxophone or something, some sort of horn, and then there's a couple smaller items, but really what we're doing is we're selling the rest of what we have by the pallet. So there's full pallets of customer return musical instruments that I don't even know what's on there.
Oh, my goodness.
You buy the whole pallet, and you might get some really great stuff.
He's got ceiling fans on here for $12.50.
No, I mean, people go
ceiling fans.
No, he'll sell pallets for just a couple $100 of. I mean, it's like Storage Wars, but better.
Cabinets going for $5 right now. Pallets of 25 cabinets going for $5.
Oh my God! When does this close? When does it close out?
It closes tomorrow at 1:00 p.m.
So how does that work then? At 1:00, you start closing items.
Yep, the first 3 items will close, and then at 1:01, the next 3 items will close, and until all of them are gone. If you're involved in bidding, when something closes, it goes into extended bidding for 3 minutes, so you have an option to counter if somebody like.
How do you know?
With 10 seconds.
How do you decide which ones to close first?
It just goes in order. So the lot number 1 will close. I believe it's lot number 2 actually, but it'll close first, and then the solar system on the roof is the last item to close.
He's got a Kenmore refrigerator for $32.
Okay, so to find out more, they go to rollerauction.com, right?
Correct.
It's ROLLER, rollerauction.com. And then Roller Auction, you look on the front page for the buy and build auction and just click on it. And that's
one down, I believe.
And tell them how to get to your new location too, if they want to visit.
So our new location, if you're looking for brand new kitchen cabinets and custom sized cabinets for your kitchen, we're at 560 South Lipan Street, and that's just south of Alameda, and Lipan is just west of I-25. So I-25 and Alameda, go south on Lipan, and you'll see a bright orange and blue building. Can't miss it. And we're open now and helping customers already.
Thank you very much, Courtney. Appreciate it.
4x8 pool table.
Yeah.
$5.
Is it a real?
It's a real pool table for $5 right now.
Go to Roller Auction, people, and let me know what you get this week. Seriously, it would be cool to talk about it. Roland, and we have lines open now at 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Roland, what's happening?
Yeah.
What's going on?
I had a home warranty with First American Home Warranty.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
I hear you.
And they got a $75 service fee. So
where'd you get this warranty? Was it given to you?
Yeah, when I bought the house.
Okay, that's good. Then you didn't get ripped off. You didn't buy it.
No, but they want me to pay the $75. So I called. I had plumbing issues, and I always called to verify it was covered before they came out because I know they charge you $75.
Yeah.
And I specifically told them what the items were. I said, "Yep, they're all covered."
What did you tell them? Wait. What did you tell them on the phone?
I told them in detail what it was. I had a cracked bowl.
A cracked what?
Like a cracked sink bowl.
Okay, that's not going to be covered. What else?
A leaky faucet.
Leaky faucet. That's normal maintenance. What else?
A faucet that doesn't change, and then there was rusty water coming out.
A faucet that doesn't change.
A kitchen faucet from spray.
Oh, okay. All right. So anyway, what's the bottom line? Because I always recommend people never buy these stupid warranties, but this was given to you. But what did they say after they got out there?
None of it's covered, and you'd have to pay extra to get it fixed.
So for $75, you found that out.
Correct, but I called them and I went through the stuff in detail. And
But Roland, when you know what they're going to say when we call them, we're going to call them and say, now why did you tell Roland all of these things were covered, and tricked him into paying $75? And they're going to say, we never told him it was covered. That's what they're going to say.
I got a recording of the phone call.
Oh, good. How do we get that recording?
I could probably email it to you.
Please.
I see if I can email it to you.
Or Dropbox if it's too big. It shouldn't be that big. But hold on. Daphne is going to give you details. This will be fun. Then we can. Oh, that would be. I really want to hear. I want to hear if they said, well, usually, yeah, those things are covered. But I want to know if it was a flat out misleading.
Well, it probably was. But in the actual agreement, it says, this is the agreement. Nothing verbal matters.
I know it does. God, I just, did you notice he said, he made, the very words we hear from every consumer, I made it clear or I specifically said, and they somehow believe that creates a contract. I mean, I guess there are circumstances where it could create a contract, but more likely not. I made it clear. I specifically asked. And he recorded it, so I can't wait to get that. I want to get that sooner than later. Now let's talk. 303-713-TALK. I have lines open. You can get right through, I promise. 303-713-8255. So DenverCleanPro.com on the referral list. In the past, I've said, hot water extraction is the best way to clean a carpet, and I've been traditionally against bonnet cleaning and shampooing. But what you do, as I understand it, is not shampooing at all. You don't use soaps, but you are using an organic compound, citrus, to do what? What does it do when it gets into the carpet?
What we use it for...
And it doesn't penetrate the carpet.
It doesn't go down to the underpad because we don't use enough moisture for that to happen.
Okay, and you don't use pressure.
Correct.
Okay, so it's
just the weight of the machine.
You saturate, right? You saturate the carpet, not saturate, but you know what I mean. You lightly moisten it with this compound. What does the compound do?
It goes after the dirt. I don't know how it works chemically.
Yeah, but somehow it's attracting or it's cleaning, and then you pick that fluid up, that contaminated or dirty fluid you pick up,
Right.
With the pad and with another chemical. What's that chemical?
That, I think that's citrus-based as well, but it's an activation solution. In and of itself, it doesn't really do anything other than activate the ion exchange process to get the dirt out of the carpet and through the cleaning pad.
Okay, so what about people that have been told by their manufacturer in the warranty you need to have them hot water extracted once a year or once whatever?
Okay.
Or every 6 months. What do you say to those people?
Well, the 2 warranties I've seen has been either it has to be professionally clean.
Okay, I've seen that.
Yeah, which.
But some go right on and say hot water extraction.
Yeah, and some of them say you have to have it steam cleaned or hot water extracted in order for the warranty to remain in place.
What do you? Yeah. So what is?
In that case, if they want, what I do will not void the warranty.
But it won't, yeah, that's right. It won't void it, but they have to have it cleaned too with the other one, right?
Right. What I tell people is I explain to them what the warranties do, because some of the warranties out there are going to warrant the carpet for color fastness as long as you don't drop dye on it or whatever. And some of them on their wear warranties, they're going to be carefully written in such a way where
I know they're not covered much anyway. I realize that,
so,
and the warranties aren't long. But in any case, this is a different way to clean, Denver Clean Pro, and I'm interested in it because like I say, you have an uphill battle, I think, because of the great marketing that the other, and there are a lot of really bad extracting companies.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you're right. Okay. So, anyway, 303-713-TALK if you have any questions for him. And then we also have Cracker Jack with us, Cracker Jack Mud Jacking. And I've always made the argument about Cracker Jack Mud Jacking is that people don't know what they do. Of course, they've been around for so many years now, like 20 years. You know, and our marketing, we say what they do. But I've often wondered about the industry in general because it's kind of using a trade slang for marketing. And I'm not just talking about Cracker Jack Mud Jacking. They're great. But then there are a lot of other companies. And they talk about lifting and jacking. And I'm wondering what the average consumer thinks when they think of that. Because what it really does is repairs concrete in a way you can never get done normally. You know, they don't remove and replace. So listen, Miguel, I'll come right back to you, okay? He has a roofing question. And we have lines open at 303-713-TALK.
Man, look, that's a different little yeah, look at that fucking mower, man. That thing's unbelievable.
I see. What is that? I seen they had a 4-wheeler there. I like the 4-wheeler.
Can you raise the level of your voice
I've
so
never,
it's as loud as at least the monitor? Is there a level for you?
Look, there's even rear drops.
John Deere too. Oh my God, look at this thing.
Yeah, but everything goes up, not just.
I have never seen anything. It's $2,300.
I mean, I know there was a level somewhere and it was hidden where your mic could be level, but I don't know where.
Mine's pretty big, but it ain't that big.
What is that?
What is a mower we're looking at? This must have been a golf course.
Yeah, but that's for big giant areas.
Oh, it's massive, man.
Does they have that 4-wheeler? A different one?
Let me see. They might actually.
I thought you had that little.
What they call zero steer.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I got.
Zero what?
Zero steer mower.
They were just like pivot.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Fix It 24/7. The people that I call when I need help with plumbing, heating, cooling, and electric. And they will give you a free second opinion on any major repair. Listen, this is the time of year. A lot of people are being told you need a new air conditioning system. And then you're quoted. What's wrong with calling another company for a second opinion? First of all, don't ever go to a company that says you have to decide now or the price is no good. And then also with a second opinion like Fix It, they have to either beat it or tell you why it's a good deal or charge you more and justify it. No matter what, you will find value, or at least you know you got a great deal with free second opinions. And of course, they're always there to help you with any problem with plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. FixMyHome.com. 720-526-3939. 720-526-3939.
What did this business do, man?
What are you talking about?
They got everything from fire hose pumps, lawn mowers,
This roller.
to exam tables.
Roller.
Look at that.
No, Roller's just an auction house.
Yeah, they have heavy equipment.
But I don't think he's talking about Roller.
No, this is Roller Auction, but it's one company doing this.
Yeah.
But they've got everything. High Plains Frontier.
Yeah.
Let's see if they have that.
My neighbor has an 8. And I mow the floor because he's.
How about a laminator?
My big John Deere with a 5-foot mower deck, it takes me about 2 hours to get that acre. I just did it with my 0-steer in 35 minutes.
How can it possibly be?
Those things are so
And then
fast.
you get real close to you don't need an edge or
No,
Oh, I might buy one of these. Fuck, I hate going to stupid shit.
Is this?
What do you want?
A fucking pretzel warmer. Look at that thing. It would look perfect downstairs. Look at it. It's cool. Like in the hot dog one, I can have these old pretzels that have been spinning around for 30 years.
Ideal is the only lender.
Fuck it, I'm bidding on it.
With other lenders.
You got
Ideal guarantees
$35.
money or give you peace of
Don't you have to?
If you see a cotton candy machine on there, I want one.
Let me see.
Yeah.
You can buy. They used to have them there. I've never seen those in Sears.
Yeah, the little.
Yeah.
The commercial.
Oh, okay. Do you like cotton candy that much?
Well, no,
Kids?
no, that's for
2019 Plus Deal during
thing that
summer deal
the
days
church
at
does
Lake
every
Erie
year.
Oh my God, look at the size of these smokers.
Selection of RV brands, like new travel trailers, only $99 a month.
Holy
Lake Erie's RV,
shit.
get for the month, 20% down plus
Look at that
tax.
thing.
See dealer for details.
Pain and dysfunction in your
That is a
shoulder are
full-blown
taking drugs such as
industrial
Ovidium,
smokehouse.
Look
I
how
haven't
clean
been in
it
a
is.
studio like this in years.
The problem?
These normal
Downtown
smokers
Healthcare
are
has
really
helped thousands of people get off
They're
medication.
really popular right
When
now.
was the last
Check it
time?
out,
When I was in college as a DJ.
Look at that
It's
thing.
all about addiction recovery and information. The number I'm giving you.
Look, product
is not
growth
scarcity.
control.
Oh, is it
It's not
fast?
crisis
No
lines.
Do you
It's
stand
not
on
a
it?
No, I gotta sit
therapy
down.
line.
Okay,
It is
because
an
when it's more
information
HOA,
line.
it's a
You
stand.
can ask any
And that's all they
question you
use
have
because they're so
about
fast.
Did you ever offer the guy a chair? Have you offered him a chair?
How much does
I don't
it
think you
cost?
wanted
What does
a chair.
insurance pay for it? How long does it take? Are there
Snow blowers.
vacations involved? What do I do about
That's the time of year to buy one.
These are babies.
anything?
Look at that, 111 bucks.
Yeah.
John Deere snowblower.
Their main deal.
I got a Honda on
Oh my
tracks.
God, that's got the whole. You know that thing starts right
on
up.
it. And my
The same thing
snowblower.
when you find out someone's
It's
an
got like
addict. Oh my
10
God,
treads.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
God.
triangle
Any
tracks.
question you
Yeah,
want,
those are
720
Where do you pick these up at, though? Or could be?
There's a tenderizer.
What
the fuck is that?
No obligation. No
Look at that thing.
confidential. The Raleigh
How
House
would
is
it be
a
rough to
wonderful
transfer
treatment
it?
addiction.
Oh my God.
Oh, you must just put it in there.
Like a hamburger
Yeah.
maker?
Or does it just like poke it at? You know, like a
So
tender.
how come he's the Benzine will not come on the show?
He's already been on, hasn't he?
No, he's the actual owner, but Randy, the one who had the work done with your neighbor, had been on. Do you want to do an update
Oh,
without
that
him?
guy.
Because he said he could care less.
Beverage. What's up?
So he doesn't care. He acknowledges he took their money.
He doesn't care about us talking about him on the radio.
Okay.
I'm going to interrupt.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Miguel, what's going on with you, Miguel? What's happening?
Hey, Tom. Thanks for taking my call.
Yes, what's happening?
Well, I mostly just want to, maybe if you have a roofer up in the Loveland area.
Yeah, we have plenty of roofers that'll go up there. But what is your question?
Last week I had one of these big, just rainstorms, and I noticed some water coming in through my garage
Yes.
from the roof. And my house is like 3 years old, so I think he might be coming through where the different roof lines meet.
Yeah, could be. I mean, it was after the storm, though?
No, it was during the storm.
Well, okay, but I mean, here's what I'm asking. Did you get storm damage? Or is it just leaking?
I don't know.
Okay, then we'll get a good roofer to inspect it, and they'll tell you whether you can get an insurance claim or give you an opinion on that. I mean, had it ever leaked before?
That was the first time I've noticed it.
And how old is the roof?
3 years old.
Well, that guy should come back. Who did you have 3 years ago?
Well, now I bought the house. It was freshly built.
Oh, never mind. Well, hold on. Do you have any warranty at all? That's only a 3-year-old roof. It should not be leaking unless you got storm damage. So that's what we have to figure out. Who can we get up there to look
Excel.
Up in Fort Collins, right?
No.
Oh, Loveland.
Loveland.
Loveland, yeah.
Yeah, he'll go to Loveland. He won't go to Fort Collins.
It's not that much far. I mean, okay. Here, let's start out. Daff, give him. Let's see if we can get an inspector from Excel. If not, someone else. If they don't want to go up there to Loveland, let's get someone up there to look at his roof. Now, if you do turn out to have storm damage, no problem. If it turns out to be a crappy roof, 3 years, you should get more than 3 years out of a roof. I would definitely go to the builder. Was this? I mean, are we talking brand spanking new, Miguel?
Yes, but it wasn't from a builder. It was somebody that tore down the original house and built a bigger
Fix and
house
flip.
on the lot.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Did you get any kind of warranty at all? Probably not. Yeah, this is probably a moot point at this point. You still have to get it inspected. We have to figure out what it is. If it's storm damage, insurance will cover it. If it's not storm damage, I think you're kind of stuck. Brandy, what's going on?
Update on Mr. Keystone Fence and Deck.
Yeah, I have that over here. Hold on, let me turn to this page because this is what's amazing with this guy.
Oh.
This guy, you and a neighbor paid him, right?
Yeah, about $3,800 to replace our fence.
Yeah, I made notes of it. And we called him because we wanted to know, would he be willing, or to refund the money, or what is his stand, basically? Has he been in touch with you guys at all since you paid him?
He was in touch with us via text saying that he would come out and have it finalized the week of June 26th.
So you paid him a total, you and your neighbor paid a total of $7,500?
Total, well, up front we gave him $3,700.
I'm sorry. So $3,700, and you got about, what did the guy say? You got about $500 worth of work?
Yes.
And so Keystone basically has $3,000 of your money, you and your neighbor.
Correct.
And Daphne called Keystone. Who'd you talk to, Daph?
I spoke with the owner, Mike Leonarski.
Mike Leonarski, and what did he say?
So, first of all, he said he could care less if we were talking about on the radio.
He doesn't care what people think of him, is what he said. We can say anything we want. What else?
And he said that his tools were stolen and gave me all these excuses. And I said,
hold on. I do want to hear his excuse. His tools were stolen. What else?
And that he took that money and paid everyone for the whole project.
So okay, but the project wasn't done.
Exactly.
Will he do the project? What does he say he's going to do?
He acknowledges that the project is not finished.
Oh, good.
And I brought it to him, the attention.
Okay, did he say, I'm going to get it done?
He did not commit to that, no. I said, I suggest that you call Brandy and get this taken care of. And I did speak to him about the Contractors Act.
Trust Act.
Yes. And he said I was not aware of that. And I said, well, you need to be aware of it.
Okay, so basically, we don't know where he stands. He didn't say one way or the other if he's going to call her or not.
Exactly. He said he doesn't care if his business is being slammed. So that's just the kind of owner he is.
In other words, he sounded like a jerk to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he did say his tools were stolen. Do you think that's true, Brandy? Has he ever given you any excuse?
Who cares? It's not her fault. You know what I mean?
I know, but what, Brandy?
Excuse after excuse, and then one of his workers is in jail, and his girlfriend, and then he lost his cell phone, and...
Oh, okay, all right.
Excuse after excuse.
Mike Leonarski.
Yeah, and there's a mugshot of him, and he said, oh, that was for a DUI. I said,
okay,
well,
good.
it said grand larceny.
Good. Would you do me a favor and make sure we get that mugshot so we can put it up on sleevesbrigade.com?
You bet.
Absolutely. And then all his excuses.
What phone number did you call him at?
Yeah. The one he doesn't care if people know.
720.
Where he doesn't care what people think. 720.
692.
692.
9695.
9695. So he doesn't care what people think. Well, that's nice. Usually people do care. And he did not know about the Contractors Trust Act. Maybe that'll change his mind when he gets charged with a crime. And Brandy, by the way, Brandy, you need to report him. It is a crime to take money and use it without doing the job. It is a crime. And Brandy, you remind the DA in your county it's a crime. What county are you in, Brandy?
Douglas County?
That's pretty good. You got a good prosecutor, you got a good DA's office. Go there and tell them, Contractors Trust Act, Keystone Fence and Deck, Mike Leonarski, 720-692-9695. He says he's immune from comments and anything else. He does not care. He absolutely does not care. Now, he did say, if I want to present what he said, his tools were stolen, and he recognizes the job was not done. What do you think about that, Mark?
I think
Keystone Fence and Deck.
My gut is the guy's a total deadbeat that stole the money, but that's just my gut. I could be wrong.
All right. 720-692-9695. 303-713-TALK is our number. Lou has $60,000 in debt and credit cards. We're going to talk about that and more. Yes?
That, by the way, the Colorado's construction trust statute is CRS 3822-127, and I say that because when she calls up the police department, they're not going to know. So you might as well give it to
I think you call directly to the district attorney. That's what I do. That's what I would do. They have investigators for this, for the Contractors Trust Act. Now, also, we're going to talk about mudjacking. I have a couple of email questions. Some of them I know the answer to because I had it done for $1,500. And it was I am convinced.
What'd you have done, the driveway or what?
The part of the garage, a corner of the garage, driveway, an apron, or apron, and some walkway, and I guess the porch. I don't know. There was a whole area. But here's what I love, is that I had Jim go out and look at it before I bought it. Because I was convinced that I think the guy thought, I'm not saying he was cheating, but I think he thought he had serious problems. And I think that's why I got it the way I got it, or Frank Duran, the real estate man, did. And that's why I think I was able to do it. Because they were thinking it's more than $20,000. And I knew it was only going to be $1,500 because people would go there and say, oh, I'm not replacing that. That's too much money. I'll go buy somewhere else, right? Don't you think? I think people should do that. If they think they have serious problems, maybe they don't.
That's exactly right. People should call us first. It's absolutely free.
Like, will you know if it's more than just mudjacking? Would you say, hey, we're not touching it?
Tom, I do that all the time. If
Okay.
the project needs to be replaced, I'm going to tell you to call somebody with a
Or if it's a serious structural problem.
If it's a serious structural problem, I've been around structural enough, I can tell them who to call. But 9 times out of 10, for 20 cents on the dollar, we can give them a perfectly good structurally sound repair that will last them 20 years.
All right. Okay, we have more coming up. 303-713-TALK. Lou, hang in there.
Is the biggest problem bad backflow from the contractor, rabbits digging under?
Water and bad compaction. Those are the two big issues.
They're supposed to compact to what, 98, 99%?
Not getting the water away from the
Used to be, Mark, not anymore, because Colorado has so much bentonite soil. If you compact that to 98%, it gets wet, it will literally crush the foundation under the house when it expands. So they don't do that anymore. It's very light compaction, maybe 40%.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's intentional.
Why intentional?
Because then they'll just keep peering, right?
Well, because then the bentonite can't crush anything. It can expand a little bit, and it's way cheaper for me to come lift the driveway than it is to replace a foundation.
We're fixing a foundation right now. Both popped in.
Oh yeah, bentonite crack.
Yeah, we're going to steal from
I am now part of Roller Auction. I'm going to put our...
Hey guys, hold on.
Deals throughout the store, like up to 40% off. Select a...
Here's living proof of Centeno Schultz. We have a guy right here, right? Deputy Clint. He was dying in pain, and no one could even find the problem. And he's had major surgeries before that could never find and touch the problem. So guess what happened? He goes to Centeno Schultz. He went to a seminar, and then he went to Centeno. He said they found the problem, they treated him, and he's feeling great. Now, I don't even know, was it stem cell or was it PRP?
So far, I've only needed PRP.
See, now think about this. Stem cell therapy, he goes in for that. Any other guys, like these other clinics, because that's all they do, they would do, say you need stem cells. And that would be very expensive, and most of the time you're not getting real stem cells. At Centeno Schultz, they said, you don't even need stem cells, we can do this with PRP. And they did it. But if he needed stem cells, he would do it, but he's out of pain. That's the important thing. Think about that, Centeno Schultz, the real deal, 303-963-9201. That's 303-963-9201. Or better yet, avoidsurgerytoday.com.
They sent me away.
You gotta bring it up there.
What are you doing for?
Really, Mr. Slide, you gotta bring it here?
I think so.
Because I'm sure mine don't.
Completely torn.
Yeah,
I want this together.
God, I want this.
Yeah, my wife is in an accident.
What?
August 11th last year.
Do you like those pretzels? I think they're dry.
Traumatic brain injury. She was in hospital.
I don't eat many pretzels at all, just because of the carbs.
Right.
But no, I'm saying I want it for my
tendon torque and
enter your bidding number and password.
For your
down here.
thing down there.
Feel it. You have to pull it
Down the
together.
basement there.
And that's what they told me. They said,
Yeah.
you're so far down. A surgeon's got to go
kitchen?
back and then reattach
kitchen.
that.
And you don't want to wait as long.
I want a cigar in
I
here.
did it,
I do want a cigar in
I did it.
siding, doors, and more.
Are you healed up all the way?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I did
My
it
wife
12
got it
weeks.
done, and you know, there's 4 things in there to tear when they
Right.
do that. 2 of them didn't heal from the surgery. So she went in and she's had stem cell on both shoulders.
To make it heal.
And she's 100%.
And
100%.
And I have considered doing that if the pain doesn't completely go away.
Yeah.
I'm doing all the exercises and stuff, but they told me it's a year for the surgery.
Yeah, oh yeah. See, the
By July 10th.
stem cell, the first thing they do is go in and they put a drug in there that irritates the joint, makes it hurt worse, so your body will send its own rescue stuff there. Then they go in the morning and they take the blood out, 20 units of blood, and you come in the afternoon and they do PRP, which is injecting that nervous proteins right on that.
Yeah, they spin it.
Yeah. Then, if they're not getting anything happening in 2 weeks, they go in and they do the same thing with stem cell. But they don't immediately do stem cell because sometimes you don't even need it. PRP works. Like in my case, I had a broken back.
I might get some lab equipment too.
I had right here. I have a rib broken.
Ooh,
right
fire
next to the
pits.
vertebra.
Oh, these
The
are
rib broke, the vertebra popped out.
These are wild
looking.
looking.
It goes to my stomach. So I was in the hospital for 3 months in pain, 9 to 10.
Oh, I see.
I just about killed myself on the
God,
road.
why did this company
so
do
bad for
this?
so
All
long.
this
3 months.
That's the same company?
Yeah, it's just never ending, man.
Never let up.
They did not have what you were
They
looking
couldn't
for.
find it. I mean, they did all kinds of stuff. My stomach, gallbladder.
Battery testing.
And it wasn't there. It was the nerve that goes to it. And Dr. Centeno found it in my
They got a
cabinet.
dock leveler and a dole rope.
What is a
What
dock
the fuck
leveler?
company has all this
What is a
shit?
dock leveler?
Well, it's exactly that. Look at this
Do you
thing.
mean like a water dock leveler?
It
Yep.
almost looks like that. It's a little rusty.
It's a big ass boat lift is what it looks like to me.
Or if they put it under there, then you can actually.
But it can be yours for $310.
Where are they located?
They should have, everybody should have one of that.
Roller is somewhere in Denver.
No. I'm talking about not all their companies are. Their companies are around the country.
You know, I don't know, but I think you pick all this stuff up.
I remember when it happened, but I didn't think it was that bad a thing.
I built mine at the bottom.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Renew Home Innovations, the Kohler guys. Renew Home, we love these guys because of the great showers they do. Oh my goodness gracious. They're beautiful. They look like works of art. And so it's called, if you're looking for the best, it's called Renew Home Innovations. And you can put a .com in there and find them, renewhomeinnovations.com. Innovations. And They have a pure porcelain. Now, they can do just the shower. That's what they concentrate on. They can do, of course, the whole bathroom as well. RenoHomeInnovations.com. So, Lou, tell me about this. I'm sorry, hold on. Somehow I picked up 4. There's no one there, right? Lou.
I'm here.
Lou, what's happening?
Okay, I own a home health and hospice agency, and I had over 25 employees, and Medicare took back a whole bunch of money.
Okay,
for no reason.
tell me what happened now, Lou. Tell me what's happening. You are on Medicare, did you say?
No, I bill Medicare to pay my clients. We take care of people in their home.
I'm sorry. Okay, you have a home health where you bill Medicare, and then Medicare came back and said, oh, by the way, we're not paying those bills?
Yes, they took money back. And
why did they do that?
Well, they call it Target, Probe, and Educate, and they hired outside sources to come in and find something wrong with our records.
Oh.
And one was they kept, over $300,000 they took back because they said one
wait
doctor
a minute, Lou. Are you telling me that they went back in your books and they recaptured or took back more than $300,000?
Yes, sir.
Where's your business based?
Out of Chaffee County.
Where's that?
Buena Vista.
This is crazy. This is crazy.
I've had to lay off over 20 employees.
I mean, did they send inspectors to your place?
No, they made us send them our records.
Okay, but I don't understand how much they found wrong. Did they tell you in each case what was wrong?
Yes. One was they took back a whole episode, which is 60 days, because one doctor had not physically signed beside his name, even though it was printed in ink right beside his name.
Well, can you go back and...
I'm sorry, they're getting money to find things that are wrong.
I understand, but can you go back and correct these things and get some money?
No, they will not let us.
Well, this could ruin businesses. Are they doing this across the country?
They are, and it has caused me to almost close down my business.
Now, remember, there are people, keep in mind, there are people listening right now who are saying good for the government for doing this. No, and I'm not saying they rightfully took the money, but let's look at that. What about people who are putting in all kinds of weird claims, and now the government's getting the money back?
But that's not okay for the little men like me who are taking care of people and allowing them to stay at home and get better and not be in the hospital and cause the government more money.
Do you offer skilled care?
Yes.
So you have nurses?
Registered nurses, physical therapists, occupational therapists.
Have there been cases they just looked at, and due to some paperwork, even though you rendered the care, you get paid nothing?
Yes.
Holy crap. Mark, do you understand? On the surface, it sounds wonderful. What they're doing to home health care? No. Are they doing it to all Medicare providers?
Yes, that are home health.
All home health. So they're suspecting fraud, not in your case, but I mean in the industry.
Right.
They call it Target, Probe, and Educate. So what can you imagine having $300,000 taken back from Medicare? How did they take it back? Did you keep that much in your account?
Well, it was in what we were going to get from other clients that was coming in. They held.
Oh, I get it.
And I had already paid the staff. The people had gotten better.
No, I get it. We need to think about this. I want to ask Integra if they've heard about this program. Hey, Bob, you say you know Mike Linarski at Keystone Fencing Deck, who took money and did not complete the job, in fact, did very little work? It doesn't surprise me yet, right? Why doesn't it surprise you?
Because he's done it before, and that's kind of what he does. He starts the job, he doesn't finish it, he takes him up.
Now, how do you know? Have he done it to you?
He's done it to somebody I know, yes. So, but it wasn't here, it was in another state.
Really? What? What other state?
So it was in Florida.
Isn't it funny how people, listen to this, isn't it funny how people don't change? They just move on and do it somewhere else? What part of Florida?
I believe his name is Mike Leonarchek. So
Leonarchek.
It's out of the West Palm area. Yeah, the West Palm area.
You know why he left Florida? You know why? They put fraudulent people in jail. If you're a contractor, listen to this. If you're a contractor and you can go life in prison for 3 offenses. Life. Think about it. 303-713-TALK. Wow. So now we're finding out about Mike Leonarchek.
What was his number again?
It was Mike Leonarchek. Can you give that out? I have it here written. I had to find it. But anyway.
720.
720.
692.
692.
9695.
9695. And that is Keystone Fence and Deck. That's why he says he doesn't care, because he's just going to move to another state.
And he specifically said to me, no, that was a DUI. And I said, I'm looking at it. It says grand larceny right here.
And where? In Florida?
In Florida. Yep. I called him on it.
That's the guy. We're going to have more about him at sleazebrigade.com.
He's the kind of guy you have to put up there, because we need, when people Google his weird last name, he'll pop.
I was getting this thing where it was going from ear to ear, back and forth, and then I quit. I got a little scratchy and it went away.
That's called stereo.
I heard yours, nothing like what you got. Mine's clear.
Also watch out for rock removal along westbound I-70 up by Vale. Right lane blocked on the south of Mile High City, northbound I-25. The Flint left lane blocked due to a crash. Solid backups on that stretch. Back in town, normal slowing in the normal spots. The weather forecast going to be sunny today, higher, mostly clear overnight.
What'd you have screwed up, Dano?
No, it was just started getting buzzing.
I have to do a spot, guys.
You're going to be jealous of my pretzel work.
Consolidate debt with a home equity loan from Discover Bank and MLS ID 684042. Save with 0 application fees, 0 appraisal fees, and 0 cash due at closing. Learn more at
Ideal Home Loans for your next Ideal Home Loan. They have an easy process and promise a quick close, 3 weeks or less. Here's the deal. If you are applied somewhere else for a loan and you think it's taking long or something's up or it's not exactly as they promised, did you know Ideal Home Loans will give you a free second look? They will look at the loan application and package that you submitted along with all of your documents. And guess what? They'll tell you if you're paying too much. And as I said, second opinions can never, ever be a bad idea. Because if you're not getting the greatest deal, they have to beat it, right? Ideal Home Loans for your next Ideal Home Loan or free second opinions on any loan package you have. You can't go wrong with IdealHomeLoans.com. 303-867-7000. 303-867-7000. IdealHomeLoans.com.
You missed rates being discovered before. Now might be your time. Lower rates may help you qualify for your
This company's got a street sweeper.
mortgage insurance. Take AIM, affordable interest mortgage. 720-895-0500. We've been serving Colorado since 2001.
Right. But that's because we're older, Clint. That's not, I know, I saw that. Clint, it's because we're older. It's not because
Pay off debt. Do some home improvement.
a young person could have an implant, a younger person, because their bone hasn't shrunk.
Yeah.
But as you get older, it gets thinner, and then it goes into your sinuses if you put an implant in.
That's what they do on the graft, is they fill that sinus cavity with bone.
On top of the plate. Or there are implants that have bone matter on the end of it that go up and kind of spread out.
Mushroom.
That's a different.
Amazing what they have.
I'm telling you, man, you know what, we're so lucky to live now.
Was it really?
They confuse you.
And it's even going to get better and better and better.
Oh, yeah.
And they can get into tight places. They can lift basement floors. They can repair tracks.
That's actual size right there.
This log should have been adjusted. He doesn't know how to do it, right?
I like that commercial.
No, but it should have been adjusted because when you're here, I usually don't do it.
It's pretty wild.
Because you save money.
Right, yeah.
And
I love the name.
do you know about adjusting logs when we have guests on?
Here's
do you know
where they
about
had
it?
the,
Not much. Okay, we got to tell you about it. We got to
I think
teach
this is where that SUV was, dude.
Who came up with your
I've
name?
been looking for it. I remember seeing it like you, but I can't find it.
Tom, we spent 3 years in a lawsuit with Frito-Lay, PepsiCo.
For Cracker Jack?
Yeah, we won.
He did ask me about it. and I
Because
told
it's a
him to
totally
take it out.
different field. No brand confusion at all.
No brand confusion, and it's spelled different, and in Webster's dictionary, they list both.
Wait.
What does K mean? Which one does that mean?
Pardon me?
What are the two different definitions?
So it says Cracker Jacks, a candy-coated popcorn made by Frito-Lay PepsiCo Corporation, and underneath it says Cracker Jack.
Which
One
is
word,
anyone-
a person that is a professional expert at a process or thing.
Oh, a Cracker Jack.
A Cracker Jack. Yeah.
I'm a Cracker
And they
Jack.
filed a whole lawsuit.
Yeah, they were sending us all kinds of letters. Trademark infringement.
And did you just tell them to go for it?
We told them to go blow smoke, yeah.
Al Sharpton called us.
Did you get attorney's fees?
They never ended up taking us to court. My attorney finally got them. They said if you will put a disclaimer on your website that you're not affiliated, we will drop this. And he sent them a letter
That's
back.
idiotic. It's pretty obvious on your
He sent them a letter
website.
back, and that's what he said. He said if your customers confuse our concrete and mud with your candy and
You got a
popcorn,
problem.
you've got a product problem, not an identity problem. He said we're going to do it. We're going to put the disclaimer on there as a courtesy, but let's be perfectly clear. We don't owe you that. So if you look at our website on the very bottom, it has a little disclaimer that says we're not.
So you can go out there, you don't give people Cracker Jack.
My wife keeps wanting me to do that at trade shows, and I'm like, now you will get me sued.
Oh. Okay, but what we normally do is we take something from the third hour and bring it in here to light the third. Oh. Okay, gotcha. Okay, but you understand the process. Oh, good.
Is this what I have to look forward to? Missing work?
Yeah, my wife thinks I should hire pretty girls, dress them up in sailors' uniforms, and have them hand out Cracker Jacks at the trade shows. I'm like, I like the
That would
whole
be, then you
concept.
get.
I like the whole concept, but then I would get sued.
Yeah, there it is, right there.
Small percentage.
We buy that from you?
Yeah, sure.
Because then you're directly tying it.
Auction doesn't start until July 18th.
I need one with a shovel.
I like Polaris.
But which form should
Polaris
you
is
take?
good stuff.
But I want one with my snow.
Did you know they made a motorcycle for a while?
No.
Victory. Victory.
Victory was that?
Yeah.
They still make Victory, don't they? Oh, that was a pretty nice one.
They competed directly with like Honda and all those.
Yeah. Are you talking about
Do I need to wait till
No,
you guys
I
have
want
finished?
the
Just
blade
come and go as you please, as long as you're relatively quiet.
for a four-wheeler, like that.
Oh, with wings on. The little things on the end are called wings. The extensions that
No, he wants just a flat blade.
Just a flat blade, just to push snow out
Oh, okay.
there. I think it'd be better than a snowblower, because I got gravel driveway.
Just get a shovel, you lazy.
Some people call me lazy.
Do you have a gravel driveway?
Yeah, up there.
Oh, and the mountains.
You know what works the best on yours? The snow thrower.
you can
They're the same.
No, that blows snow.
What's a snow blower?
A blower sucks the snow and throws it somewhere.
No, it doesn't. Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Now, what do we have Integra on about again? We were going to ask about something. What was it?
I believe it was for line 3 with Lou with the Medicare.
That's what it was. I just had curiosity more than anything. Lou runs a home health care business, Jared, and she was contacted by Medicare. You guys know about the industry. That's the only reason you're on about this as an expert from Integra, because you guys do health insurance. But they have a federal program now called, let me get it straight. It sounds like it's doing a public service, and it really probably is in some cases. It's called I'm trying to find the notes I have. What is the service called? Lou, what is the program called again? I'm looking for my notes. It's called Probe something. What is it called?
Target, Probe, and Educate.
Target, Probe, and Educate. Target, Probe, and Educate. So in other words, it's going to go back to people who've provided services for Medicare and, in essence, take money away. And these people they send in, what, they get paid a commission?
Yes.
What do you think? Have you heard of that, Jared?
For home health care?
Yeah, for home health care provided by where Medicare pays it.
Okay, so Medicare does pay for intermediate care for home health care. It does not pay for 24-hour-a-day care at home.
Okay, well, we're talking about emergency cases or urgent cases at temporary, right, Lou?
Yes, to allow people to stay in their home.
Well, give me an example of one.
Okay, somebody has a surgery on their knee or their hip. We have a lot of hips, and they need physical therapy and maybe nursing to come in and help them with their medications, and the therapy
for how long?
Learn how very short periods of time, 60-day episodes.
Okay, so we're not asking if they cover it or not. They're not saying they don't cover it.
I know that.
Yeah.
Right.
So, Jared, what I wondered is if you had heard of the program of Target, Probe, and Educate.
I have not heard of Target, Probe, and Educate.
Okay.
I can take a look into it, definitely.
Here's what we'd like to know, okay? These guys are the experts on health claims. Now, as I said, they don't sell Medicare. They do sell supplements and stuff. But here's the deal. She runs an agency, so she would have been paid a lot of money, and they took back $300,000 that was billed because of technicalities, Jared. It's not a question of coverage. It's a question of doing something wrong. I mean, let's say a patient would normally be covered for in-home care after a surgery. In Lou's case, they took, for example, one case and said the doctor, what, did he sign it in the wrong place or did not sign it, Lou?
He signed it, but he didn't physically date it, and even though the date was printed right beside his name.
Okay, he signed his name, the date was printed, but he did not put the date on there. So, Jared, that's pretty strict.
I end up with $60,000 in credit card debt after I've laid off 24 people, and I need to know how to get out of this $60,000 the best way.
Well, you mean how to recoup it from Medicare?
Well, I've got to pay it, or, it's already killed my credit.
Well, bankruptcy, I mean, that's a whole separate issue, which we can discuss. But really, bankruptcy is a way to get out of credit card debt, but they'll come after you for your assets. I mean, I'm just telling you what the options are.
Right.
Are you trying to fight this Medicare probe?
Well,
is there any recourse? Is there any recourse?
No, I fought it for over a year. I even contacted my congressman, and I had a liaison represent me. But when the liaison went back to the Medicare contractor, they just lied to him and told him that they had informed us and educated us, and it did not happen.
So they're saying that you did some improper billing. Is that it in a nutshell?
No. They're saying that some of the notes didn't have enough skilled care in them, which was not true, or the doctor didn't date it.
Okay.
You're finding anything. You can find anything if you make it up.
I understand that. You're right. You can find anything wrong if you try. But then again, there will be people who say, well, I'm glad the government is doing this to make sure that we're efficient in what we pay. Now, listen, I'm not saying one way or the other, but there's going to be as many people saying, hey, good, that are sympathetic with you. So the $60,000 in credit debt, we do have some recommendations of attorneys you can talk to and just explore your options. I know what you're going to do. I'm going to go downstairs, Mark. If I just run into a problem, I want to run downstairs because I have to take medicine. I want to take some aspirin.
Okay. From all over the country. A shear is a metal thing that goes in your blade. There's like a pipe.
Oh, so it doesn't go dig down into it.
Yeah, the shear slides along and you can hold it just off the dirt.
Okay.
Yeah, if you don't do it, it will dig in.
Scrape everything.
Yeah, it will grab and dig in, come to stop. It'll grab grab everything.
So you leave a 1/4 inch of snow, but you don't take the gravel.
There you go.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you put more gravel on.
That's what a snow thrower does, is what I was saying.
A snow thrower has an auger that goes this way.
I have an auger on mine, that's
Yeah.
correct.
Right, but
And I set it about 1 inch off the ground.
And there's a second stage that goes that way to throw it. There's
Yes.
a 2-stage bit.
One sucks it up, one shoves it
Yeah,
over.
but you have a blade under there that you can set the height to it, drag it along.
I got 2 little, on the side of mine, I got 2 little skis.
Those are shoes, they call them. Yeah.
I call them shoes as well, sneakers to be exact.
Yeah.
How's a snowboard any different?
It's the same, different term.
Yeah, snow thrower. Mine throws snow. A snow blower blows snow. I don't want to
See what
blow
we put
the
up with
snow.
here, Jim?
I want to throw the snow somewhere.
You gotta remember with a blade, you can only move it sideways about 3/4 of the blade width. If you try to get a whole blade, it'll go off the other side.
My neighbors have, they call it chip seal, which is like really cheap ass asphalt.
Yeah.
And they can't use anything on it, so I do theirs and I set it like you.
Yeah.
About 1 inch over, and then the rest just has to melt away.
If it's a single stage, it's a snow thrower. If it's a 2-stage, it's a snow blower. They both work the same thing, except for the blower has a second stage that actually really blows it out of there for
And
you.
a snow
Yeah.
blower is electric, lightweight for a
Yeah.
deck.
Right.
Because it just has a rubber paddle that flips around
Right.
and tear the deck up.
Hey Jim, my garage floor dropped that much, at least it looks like it
Right.
dropped it. But I also have a pillar in there that looks like it's the same height as the garage floor.
You know, he
Right.
nailed it. It is, you just
Would you cut
nailed it.
that out, so when you lift it up, it wouldn't lift the pillar?
Right, that pillar's actually sitting on a caisson that should go 17 to 27 feet deep, depending on the soil.
Okay.
So we won't move that.
Okay,
We'll
good.
just pop the floor up around it.
Okay, even though it looks like everything around it sunk with the floor.
Right, then we'll just lift it back up.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
we do
guess
it
I
all the time.
technically have a snow blower.
You have a snow blower, yeah. 2-stage.
You know,
So are you admitting defeat?
no.
Never.
They mislabeled it
Never.
when I bought it.
Never admit defeat.
Damn it.
I have a Honda that's on tracks.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it is so good on tracks.
I've got a little Honda that it's about that wide,
Yeah.
and it has rubber blades, and it pulls itself along.
Yeah.
And the thing is so small, you can run it with one hand. And I've just had back surgery. My wife bought me this huge 2-stage snow blower.
Tears your
My neighbor
around.
saw her getting it off, bring it home on the truck. He said, "What the hell is it?" She said, "He can't do that with the
Oh,
back
yeah, around
surgery.
bad,
Take it
yeah.
back and get this Honda."
This guy's
So she took it back and got that Honda.
He answered me, I was like, thanks.
And when I first saw it, I thought, well, this will be cute.
This is mine
We
right
have
here.
a 4-inch snow, but when we got deep snow, it's going to be perfect. I have never had a snowstorm it couldn't take care of.
Oh, good. You know,
You can buy that
speaking of Honda,
This is my snow
you know
thrower.
how good the Honda engine
Hey, you
start,
want me
everything else.
to, you bid on the pretzel thing?
2 years
Yeah.
ago, Harbor Freight got licensed.
I marked that one to look at too, not, I don't care
Yeah,
about the
they're
4-wheeler,
licensed.
I'll remind you about it,
The
but,
name says Predator on them.
they've got,
But they're
no, they've got a
100%
digger
interchangeable.
I've been looking for the back of
So
my
you get a
tractor, my
Honda for
3-point.
1/4 the price.
backhoe digger?
Yeah,
And it's called a
It
Predator.
says Predator on it.
I'd love to have
Next
it.
to Honda, other than fact.
In fact, honestly, I'll tell you where I'd really like to have it, Barry Animals.
It's identical to Parsons.
Barry shit in my yard,
Yeah,
man.
they've got, they were stealing from Honda anyway.
That's what I got right there.
So Honda made an agreement that
Versus
said,
miles.
if you want to build them,
You're saying
you build
this
them
thing
under
would be better than
license.
miles?
Better than him taking a hole.
And we get paid the license.
You gotta go
Yeah,
6
and
feet
the
up.
$400 Honda is $100 in the
I
Predator.
think a backhoe, I wish I had a backhoe.
Same damn motor.
Yeah, they're really cool, man. I called
bought the
up,
Honda Carver.
John here wants like $7 for it.
Right.
Stop by and talk to your pharmacist today. Well,
I had a
But you gotta make sure it's compatible
this
with
Harbor Freight.
forecast for
What do you
the
mean?
Denver
With
Trial
your
Weather Center
log
says
split.
Oh, well, I know, I'm gonna go
Blades in the
inspect
middle.
it.
Well, the other thing I noticed.
I think it's a
is
generic.
that This thing is,
I'll show it to you.
Logs down.
Off the left side?
yeah, when I pass this, it comes out like this, up from the rubber.
Yeah, they just put the blade right in the middle and stock the
So
whole
no,
thing.
it's just this one doesn't have it. There's
Right,
just
no,
this. Oh, it's
Right here.
Thomas, okay.
All the way
He
out.
said this headset is,
Yeah, it's really
Look at this bad boy.
That's a good idea.
That's about the size of my rig too. I'm hoping this is a
I have it
generic.
down almost
do have a 3-point right there. Right? So you have to
And then when he
have that.
touches his foot on the
Yeah, the left.
Dude, I love that.
Because this takes all the pressure off.
What do you think that would go for? Let's say it works perfect. I know what John Deere wants $7 grand for him new.
This right here,
Okay,
$8 grand.
I'm gonna trade these
What the hell is that?
Yeah,
Or is that a chipper? Is that a chipper?
Right.
Is it a 3-point chipper? It must be. Look.
There's a PTO right there.
So how would I hook that up? Oh, it sits on the
Sits
ground.
Right, so you just hook up the power take-off.
Or with my front. I guess you would connect
Oh,
it
no,
up.
those, right there. I bet you that hooks on the 3-point right there, and then there's one on the other side.
That's what I'm saying, though. It doesn't move. You're just using your tractor to power.
So I think it's gonna work.
In other words, what I'm trying to say is how the hell do you get this to where you're chipping wood?
No, you probably can lift it. I bet you that's a 3-point there, and there's a 3-point on the other side.
So it goes on the front. No, you're right. It can go on the back 3-point.
Do you have a PTO in the back?
Fuck yeah, I do, man. I'm looking at 2 things. I want a wood chipper now.
You want him to
I'm sick of those cats running around.
And then you don't have to drink a hole.
We're gonna try this.
No hole.
Just spread them out.
No, we're not until he tells you.
These guys got.
Otherwise, we'll go on the air.
Did you hear
Oh,
that?
that wasn't dead.
Can you hear that screech?
Oh my god.
Shut off in there.
Look at this.
It'd be just for a little while, though.
Look at that.
I'm not
You have to push it on.
It's got 2 like man doors in it.
Do you want him to try it or not?
just talk into it. Don't
Can you talk into me?
This auction's gonna be
Right now, turn it on or not.
Oh, it looks
Don't turn it
here,
on.
that's
Just
what
talk.
you need.
I'm not turning. I'm just talking.
Log
No,
splitter.
it's not working.
Okay.
So it's the input.
You like cutting wood.
All right. I'll go back to
Do you think it's the mic or the input?
Look at this horrible building. Yeah, I know they're cool.
We have a troubleshooter and Mike knows about
And you know those.
Plug that mic into his and see. I mean, that would tell you. But it doesn't matter. I don't care. Let them do that.
Full log going that way.
I'm not gonna
Log
touch
going that way.
that.
Full log on this side. It comes back. Cut this.
Look at this gate.
Rather than wait for it, you go.
You know, Perry's is really outstanding, Mark, really.
Oh, I love
If
Perry.
it wasn't for that one son of a bitch,
No, I like him now. Every time we come in, man.
I
he's-
never saw him.
Oh, he always comes over to the table.
And it uses a predator. You know, predator.
Robert.
Clones.
He's a GM.
Oh, really?
I put Perry's up. Now, I don't like their... I won't say I don't like their steak. I don't go there for the steak. But Suzanne loves their seafood, and that pork chop is just unbelievable.
the steak, Mark, I didn't go there for steak because of that pork chop. I tried one. It was the most flavorful freaking steak.
Good
I've
steak.
ever had. Yeah.
Now, Tom
What'd you get? Like a fillet or a ribeye or something?
Hello, Tom Martino here. This is the only show anywhere in the universe, and I so love doing it, and I thank you for letting me do it. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. You know, we love doing what we do because we help people to avoid bad guys, but we also like pointing out good guys. Now, we like to believe we have the good guys on referralist.com. We always have people in from the referral list to visit us, and also we want to hear from you about good guys, too, people that should be on the referral list. We always love to find out about new. Now, let's talk about concrete. Valerie needs a recommendation. We also have crackerjackmudjacking.com with us, Crackerjack Mudjacking. And, the industry is called mudjacking, Jim. We have this discussion all the time. I would call it concrete lifting and repair, but then that's me. I love, by the way, Crackerjack, not that. Crackerjack, concrete lifting and repair. How about that? Okay, so mudjacking, don't you find sometimes people are confused at what you do?
Constantly. That's our biggest chore, educating people what we do.
Yeah, what's mudjacking?
Yeah, what the heck is that?
It's concrete repair. But then again, with concrete repair, it's not – how much of concrete repair is lifting? Percentage-wise, maybe half or maybe 80%. When we say concrete repair, when you go out to look at concrete, have you ever gone out and seen spalling on the surface? You say, "Oh my, we don't do that."
Constantly, yes. 60 to 70% of what we look at, we can do. 30% of it, they have to.
Yeah, but you're asking the right questions, or your people are.
On the phone, I would.
Or else they'd just be wasting time.
Like, do you ask on the phone? Well, are you having some settling? Do you see it raising? Do you see it cracked in the middle and sinking? Do you, or is it just the surface? I mean, do you have stuff like that? Because I know you recommend like somebody on our referral list for surface repair, just surface,
Correct.
and then they even come back and do the coatings over when you lift it to make the crack invisible, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But we try to ask people what they need. Sometimes people don't know.
I just think mudjacking is a confusing topic for people that don't know what it does. I did not truly know what it did until I saw it. But we have an email here. Do you lift walls?
We do not. We don't do any structural lifting, only flat work.
What if it was a wall, like a knee wall in a remote garage or something? Can you try that, or you won't do it?
I have competitors that will do it. It is the wrong repair.
Okay.
We won't do it.
All right. All right. Well, that's interesting. 303-713-8255. They're called Crackerjack Mudjacking. So let's talk, Valerie. What do you need?
Well, I have a 7x14 concrete slab in the backyard, and we need to make it bigger. We want to tear that out because it's a piece of garbage.
Yeah.
And we need a 14x14. So
Okay.
we've tried people here in Greeley. Most of the guys don't even show up. We had one guy come in and said, well, he's going to charge us $3,600 for it, which I don't know if that's reasonable or not.
You try
But I'd rather
one-tooth Tyler
go with somebody-
cement? I mean, so you're telling me you're having a problem getting guys to show up in Greeley?
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Including one-tooth Tyler.
They said they're,
One-tooth Tyler?
yeah.
Okay, so let's find one for you. Seriously, Mark, this is one area. Concrete is a difficult area because people, you know what, Jim? Most people don't do concrete correctly. I would say this is an industry where you could say 80% do concrete incorrectly.
Oh, it is so
incorrectly.
easy to make
80%.
incorrect
Think about
concrete
that.
look right and
like
get your check. Yes.
Most of the time, in most industries, most of the people do a good job, and then you have the bad ones. In the concrete industry, most do a bad job, and you have a few good ones.
You know what's worse? Pavers.
You're right.
I don't think I've ever met an honest asphalt guy in my entire life that wasn't doing work right around the corner and wanted to fill my pothole.
Let's help Valerie. Now, here's what we have to do, Valerie. We need to ask our concrete people who we know and trust if they have concrete people they know and trust up there. That would be the way to do it. Because I assume we don't have any on the referral list for Northern Colorado, Mark? That should be a mission for us. We should take...
We got somebody in Broomfield.
Who is it?
Sherrick.
Oh my God, they're wonderful. If they would go there, you would have the best. And Ken Williams is still on the list, right?
Ken Williams retired.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but the new owner's great. He was under Ken's wing. I don't think it's his son.
Because his son Jeremy was working with him. Ken retired, that lazy bum. You know what, though? There has never been a finer concrete company in the world. Never. Never. Not one complaint ever. Think about that. I don't think he's ever had a crack. I swear to you. Except he says, if somebody tells you concrete will never crack, they're lying to you. Is that true, Jim?
Absolutely. Two kinds.
You love concrete.
You
love
there's the kind that's cracked, and there's the kind that's going to crack, and there's nothing else.
Okay, but that's why he does what he does. Brian, what's your comment on mudjacking?
Hey, Tom, how are you?
Good. What's your comment on mudjacking?
Well, if it's done right, it's good. But I've got somebody in the northern portion of the state, up by Greeley, in that does concrete. That does concrete, and I'll tell you what, he's an artist.
Really? Okay, listen, as long as Valerie knows this is coming, and I don't know the guy, but that's fine. I mean, if Brian says he has somebody, who is it?
His name's Cameron Silbaugh.
What's the name of his company?
Well, it's Cameron Silbaugh and Son, if I remember correctly.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll have Daphne give her the number and have her shop. But also, I want her to know, like I said, we have to check it out. We have not checked it out. And Valerie, we'll call somebody we know here and ask them as well. 303-713-TALK. Dakota, what's going on with you? Dakota? Too bad. Because her boss was holding paycheck. We could have probably helped her. Going once, going twice. Sorry, Dakota. We can't take Dakota. All right. Glenda. Glenda has a 2-inch gap she's worried about. What do you mean by a gap there, Glenda?
At the top of the roof.
Now, when you say at the top, you mean the peak where the two peak where it comes together?
Yes.
On the peak, what do you have?
It's 1.5 inch. It's 1.5 inch on each side. It doesn't go up all the way.
No, okay, I know what you mean. So your peak is exposed.
It is.
If you look at that peak, is there a metal showing or is it wood?
It looks like the black sheet they put on it before they put the.
Okay, so they put the sheathing. Okay, they put the sheathing around the peak, and then put shingles up to the peak. But you have about a 3-inch from the peak, an inch and a half on each side down.
Well, they put shingles on the peak also. They put about maybe a layer of 1.5 inch or 1 inch of shingle up there, so it's covered. But is that okay?
Well, then where's the gap? I don't understand what you.
Okay, so when we walked up in the attic,
yes,
we saw the gap. We saw the 1.5 inch on one side.
Wait. Are you saying that your peak, the two pieces of plywood do not meet?
Yes.
It's a ridge vent. It's the best venting you can have in an attic. It's called ridge venting. And then they put a hood over the gap, right?
I have no idea what
that's exactly, if you want to send us a picture, but you're describing what's called a ridge vent. So they have a roof, and instead of having some pipes here and there or a vent, they have the whole length of the roof has a ridge vent at the highest point, and if you have comparable soffit vents, which are lower, they're the part that's under the shedding part, beyond your wall. If you look there and have vents there, you're going to have the best system you have. I mean, who did it for you?
I can't recall the name right now.
Well, it sounds like they did a good job if what you're telling me is a ridge vent.
I was just curious.
Now, just make sure you have enough soffit vents so you can take advantage of the ridge vent. And if you added to that, Glenda, I don't know if it's real hot or you have a lot of air conditioning bills, but if you added a whole house fan to that thing with a ridge vent, you would have the most wonderful. I mean, your house would be so cool because those ridge vents, if you give them a little help, you would probably cut your air conditioning in half, if not more.
That would be great. That's good.
But anyway, thank you. If you feel like taking a picture, you can and send it to us, a digital photo. But, that's what it sounds like, a ridge vent. 303-713-TALK. Open lines right now if you want to talk about anything, or maybe you want to talk to Crackerjack Mudjacking or our carpet cleaner today, Clean Pro. We have more coming up.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's.
For the most part, the Mile High City Freeway drive in fairly decent shape right now. Typical delays, westbound I-70 slow.
Northbound I-25 slow downtown between 6th and Colfax. Otherwise, the highways are wide open.
Mark, do you have to mow where you're at, or you have natural?
No, I mow.
Northbound I-25 approaching Plum Creek, got a crash there that's been cleared, still residual backups.
If you ever have a chance, replace your mower with those power steers.
Look at Billy distancing himself.
Oh, I know, I read that, but let me tell you, I remember what was going on.
Did the guy take off?
Somebody said.
Oh, no, they got him.
I wonder if they'll give him a bail.
They're asking not to because he is so wealthy.
Oh, what are you going to do? $1 billion?
Yeah.
Why not?
And that probably wouldn't be enough.
$4 billion.
It's a way for the state to make some money, though.
Yeah, but it's kind of weird for what he's being charged for. I don't know if he's going to get a bail, man.
At some point.
Let's talk about people who suffer from depression where medication is not quite effective. So here's the usual trip. And if you're suffering from depression, I want you to hear this. You go to your doctor and then they try to augment it. They either give you extra medication or they change the prescription entirely. Here's what you need to know. If you have failed at a few attempts of medication, you feel you are medicated but you're medicated, medicine resistant, let's say, okay, where it's stubborn and you're still not feeling your best, talk to your doctor. But also check out something called TMS Solutions. That's T as in Tom, me as in and M as in Mary. TMS Solutions. The website is tmssolutions.com. It's magnetic pulse therapy. It's a non-invasive therapy for depression, med-resistant depression. And it's shown clinically to improve where you get the most from your meds, you reduce your medication. There have been some cases that have discontinued medication, but here's the deal. Don't let me tell you the medical part of it. You go find out more. Magnetic pulse therapy, it's FDA approved. And it's prescription only, okay? This is a real deal. This is not, that brainwave therapy you've heard about. This is some serious therapy for your brain, non-invasive. You stay awake during the whole thing. You don't feel any pain or any discomfort. 303-928-0499. 303-928-0499. That's tmssolutions.com. Now, you know why I did that long. I want another one. I'm doing this. And by the way, there's one in. Did you get the link to the one I did yesterday? Okay. Did you load it into NextGen for the future? Yeah. I gave you the link.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's in a folder called To Be Loaded.
Look at this. Look at all 6 of these going at the same time.
Yeah, they're made by Oshkosh.
What are they?
Those big trucks.
Snow throwers.
Front.
Look at these.
Avenue Dental Studio. Suzanne loves Dr. Kelly. She's gotten a beautiful smile from Dr. Kelly with some minor veneer work in the front. And Dr. Kelly and her husband, Dr. Jerem, have a dental practice in the Denver Tech Center right near iHeart. And they do everything from general dentistry to cosmetic dentistry to implants, multiple or single. They do full mouth restorations. Now, here's the deal. They also have a place in Monument. And for $59, you get to experience the initial exam, x-rays, and a full cleaning. 720-240-4740. Never a better deal for new dentistry. Never. 720-240-4740. That's avenuedentalstudio.com.
We're both wrapping it up.
I know.
It's a veil.
It does everything.
Have
you seen one that does that?
What is it? What is it?
Not
it's
like
a
that.
bailer.
It
Not
picks
like
up the round
that.
bales, but then wrapping the plastic.
But they usually just wrap
For
them
like
around
horse
the
feed.
side. This must be for they must be shipped these right away.
Or they store them.
But normally they just wrap it around.
And then look, it drops it off, and then he goes to the new one.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's that.
You should see it. It wraps it up like a toilet. It's a big toilet.
It does. It looks like a toilet paper roll.
Yeah, it looks like a giant toilet paper.
What is this thing? Oh my God, is that a lawnmower?
But it's worth it. Did you start working with it?
Yeah.
These things are huge.
I mean, I'm kind of busy.
Look at that
person.
Picking up
I want it. I'm ready to hold it.
What is it though? Grass?
You know, I got another decade before.
The candidates, so you need to get business and put some people in.
Or it might be turning
this
them
should help
over.
you.
So if it gets wet,
Because
turn them over.
No, it's picking it all up.
Okay, so it's put them in all in one row.
Just on the rows. Okay.
Do you have any
so
specials
it's spinning
to offer
one
today?
side?
Yeah.
You can do it for
I see. So the stuff in the center ends up.
5. You can do it for 10. You can do it for until tomorrow. You can do it whatever you want. Just
they're just
you
called
should do something.
Yeah.
Take advantage of the time here to get
Right on the top of those trees.
What are they doing
your
now?
business.
So it loosens up the soil, so it gets moisture, takes some weeds out.
Oh my God.
Okay, I know.
If you have a downtime or a slow time, you can even say, if you're willing to have your carpet done X amount of time, get on my list. You can have it for this amount. You can
Look
do
at
that.
that, it automatic goes in. See, this
That's
is
a tempting idea.
They have
September's
they have
usually a
machines that
trough,
go through
although
there.
last
If that is, you can
laser
say, I have a special, write it down for
leaves.
September. After the summer, after the kids get back in school, boom, that might be a back-to-school special.
Right.
And then you can
then
call
they're
us
not
back. Remind us back
down below,
as we get
then they go
closer,
in there
but
and
you can do
shave
that.
it.
Yeah.
if you're like slam now,
You know what those
that's what you should do,
for?
rather than getting people you
That's
don't
got to
need.
be way more than that.
Yeah.
Look at the size of
What are you? You're so taken by roller auction, aren't you?
No, he's
these are
he's in big iron now.
Yeah, this is like.
I actually got a mud jacking.
Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. Mary, you have a mud jacking question. Go ahead, Mary.
Yeah, my husband and I have a large driveway. It's got about 12 10 by 10 sections, and there are a couple sections that are about 2 inches lower than the ones on either side.
Uh-huh.
Is that a mud jacking thing, or should my husband take a grinder and grind off the edges?
Now, when you say higher, how much higher?
About 2 inches.
Like 2 inches is a lot to grind. What, you mean to make it a smooth transition?
Yes.
Ooh, that would be weird.
Mary, please don't let him grind the concrete. It absolutely destroys the surface. It destroys the seal. Let us come out and take a look at it. It absolutely sounds like a mud jacking project. There's no obligation, no charge. We'll take a look at it. If it's not, we'll tell you. But it sounds like something we can fix quickly and simply.
Are the ones that are lower all in one section and then one's higher in another section?
There's one specifically higher, and then some of them are tilted one way or another.
Yeah, they know how to do that. You're going to be amazed, Mary. And it'll save you a ton of money there rather than replacing. Bob, go ahead. What's happening with you, Bob?
Well, I had Tony Sherrick do some work for me.
Finer people don't exist except for like Frank Duran, the real estate man, and Jay Bretz from Excel Roofing. I mean, I just know all these people, and of course Jim here from Cracker Jack. But they're good people. What happened with Sherrick Construction?
Well, they put a pretty difficult wall and patio in our backyard. In fact, they pretty much redid our backyard, and they did a fantic job.
Oh, that's good to know.
I just heard you giving them props, and
that's
I just
good.
figured I'd call in.
I'm glad. Thank you.
Yeah, they do. I would recommend them anytime.
That's good.
Anytime.
Yeah, they've been around a long time. A long time. Thank you for telling us that. And they've been on my referral list for many years, like I'm thinking 15, maybe more. 303-713-TALK, whether you want to gripe, moan, you want to cry, you want to scream, you want to drop a dime on somebody who cheated you, or you want to give some praise. We like that too. Dave, what's going on with your landlord?
Well, actually, I'm the landlord.
Uh-huh.
And
Okay,
I've got
Dave.
my house is coming up for lease.
Okay.
And I'm getting a couple of Section 8 applicants. I've never dealt with that
Well,
before.
now, why are you, if you're not Section 8 approved, did they ask you if you would get approved? Because you can't take them in and collect the money unless you are approved.
Well, that's what I didn't understand. So I have to actually get approved to be a Section 8 house.
That's right. But the fastest way to do it is when you have a tenant on Section 8 waiting. And then you go and say, here's a lease. I'm going to charge this person. They'll come out and get you approved quicker than if you just call and say, I'm thinking about going Section 8. They need Section 8 housing. Now, Section 8 housing, just so you know, you get market rent, but the government pays you part and the tenant pays you part. But you have to have certain standards. The standards are very low. I mean, it's not like you have to have a Taj Mahal there. You have to have a safe, private, peaceful environment, And they may say, wait a minute, you need to put a smoother transition here at the front door. I mean, they might have something, but it's I'd never heard of them being oppressive.
Okay. Is that through the county or who does that?
I thought it was a federal program administered through the county.
Okay.
But I might be wrong. That's usually how they work. Now, listen, here's something else. Remember this. In this rental market, Dave, I'm not saying you shouldn't do Section 8. We get calls every day from people who need Section 8 housing, and it's a good thing. It's laudable that you would think of it. But in this rental market, I'd be remiss not to mention that you can rent the place for top dollar at any time in most neighborhoods. Where are you?
It's up in Lafayette.
Okay. So, again, I don't know what the rental market is there, but Colorado is going crazy with the rentals.
There's some rules, too, like eviction might be a little harder with Section 8. There's some other stuff that goes with it.
I actually found it easier years ago. They actually stick up for you if the tenant is not doing well. And, in fact, they had a tenant. There was a tenant in one of my Section 8s years and years ago that was ordered to pay me restitution, or she could not stay on the program because she was that flagrant in her destruction of property on the way out. So
yeah, but ultimately what happened? Let's fast forward. Did you ever get paid?
yeah, she paid me a pittance, but
yeah, okay.
I mean, I liked the idea that they were that strict, and I think I told her not to bother because really, it was more of a point that I wanted to make, and I just was really pissed off that this woman is just going to go somewhere else and do it again. But they were strict at that time. Now that had to have been 20 some odd years ago, so I don't even know if they're the same right now. 303-713-8255. I have an email here for one of our guests on denvercleanpro.com on the carpet cleaning. Just to recap, he says he uses a cleaning citrus organic solution that goes down and binds with dirt, then another solution that gets an ionic reaction going that picks up that dirt. With a bonnet, he changes the bonnet every couple of sections or sooner, and it's not hot water extraction. Now, I don't have a problem with that. The only reason I say that is because, there's so much marketing about hot water extraction. Now, I believe there are a lot of bad hot water extractors, and there are great ones. And I probably think there are a lot of bad bonnet cleaners as well that give that a bad name. We call that bonnet with the thing that swirls. It does not unravel the carpet, you're saying?
Yes, it does not unravel the carpet. And being low moisture, the stains that we get rid of don't come back. Oftentimes when there's too much water in a carpet or too much moisture in the carpet, the stain's gone.
It's called wicking.
Yes.
Now, they want to know if it's cheaper than regular carpet cleaning.
We're going to be comparably priced. If you're looking for something really cheap, there's some real cheap ones out there that aren't real good as far as carpet cleaners are concerned.
So you go over it twice then? Once to lay it down, once to pick it up.
I have to run my machine over the carpet at least twice. Once to work the cleaning solution to the base of the fiber so it's a deep clean. And that's the problem with bonnet cleaning is it's often just a surface clean. What we do is we go down to the base of the fibers to make it a deep clean. And then we go over it again to actually remove the dirt. Sometimes I go over the carpet even more when it's soiled in. And at that point I'm getting the soapy residue out that the previous cleaners had left behind. When we're done, there's no residue left in the carpet. The cleaning solution, whatever is left, will dry out of the carpet, leaving no residue, so it'll stay cleaner longer.
303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
This is...
Now, after this, will I have any time?
This report is sponsored by Lowe's.
Well, with Mark here, I don't have to worry. Hey, Mark, can I go to Social Security in the morning at 9? I might spill over, but I think tomorrow would be the best day.
Might spill over.
It might be the best day, because I want to make sure...
Go get in line for your passport at the same time. You're going to be there, man.
You think so? They said this is a good week for some reason. And if I get there early, it would be... So I'm going to do that. I'm going to get there early, before 9, and then I have to do an application for everything, and they encourage you now to work or to have supplemental income, and they don't penalize your Social Security unless you took it at 62. I'm taking it at full retirement age, and you know what? My full retirement age is right at 66.
That's a big deal.
Some people are 67 and 66.
I'm 66 in 9 months.
Let's talk about Centeno Schultz, the people that I know and love for stem cell therapy. And I mean, I love them because of the people they have helped. Oh my goodness, I get reviews all the time, even our own Deputy Clint. Now they do living stem cell therapy, not fluids that are amniotic or umbilical cord that are shipped to the clinic. Anyone who tells you that's what you're getting, you can rest assured you are not getting living stem cell therapy. Centeno Schultz. TheStemCellExperts.com. Now, they have weekly seminars. Find out about them. You can get an evaluation there. You can get even your MRIs read and some ultrasound. Or you can schedule an evaluation covered by your insurance, most insurance. And, of course, you decide if you want stem cell therapy. But if not, Centeno Schultz has other therapies as well. 303-963-9201. TheStemCellExperts.com.
You're fascinated.
Wouldn't
by
it be
this.
cool to take that?
Okay, Mark, I'm running you down the stairs again because I'm an idiot.
Wouldn't that be cool, seriously?
To run those machines?
Yeah, just to fucking play with that. Look at
Bladder
that.
problem because
They're
of
not
back
playing.
fusion.
They're doing more work
So
here.
I have to go every 20 minutes.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah, I have to avoid caffeine when I can, because it wakes me up, but it doesn't make me.
So where are they hauling out the dirt?
I don't drink a lot of caffeine, a cup a day, maybe max.
What is it, like a tunnel maker?
Yeah.
See, you
To
would
me,
kind of
it's-
like farming.
drinking
All the
in the morning.
machines are
Yeah.
big on farms.
Figure if you get enough
And
sleep,
a lot of
it's
them
not
are all
problem.
computer and shit.
Oh, there's
Farmers are getting fat and lazy.
Oh well.
All you gotta do is program a computer.
Someone had this business.
About 5 years.
They won't tell you that.
Been doing it on himself for 5
Yeah,
years.
look at the size
Pretty
of
much.
it. Imagine just boring a hole in a mountain to make a fucking tunnel.
Do you do coupon magazines?
Oh, look at that. I
Coupon
never
posts I
thought of
wasn't
how.
while I was in the Baguio.
Now, I don't know where exactly
But,
the monorails
Baguio, I
go
went out of
anymore,
business
but-
last December in the last area I was in. They took
Look
the
at that
money.
wild
I said, oh, we're out of
thing.
business. So the bank said, well, we took the money.
Look how
and you're
fast
not
they have their
gonna get it back.
workers
Too
moving,
bad.
too.
So,
I bet you they're on sugar.
Spotlight magazine.
Just think,
Every
engineer,
every time, every year, for 12 years, it is absolutely attractive.
No, I'd rather be a city planner.
Full color, and the guy
Engineer.
that owns it.
Engineer.
Is absolutely wonderful. It's a Spotlight magazine, but the company is called Loudmouth Media.
were you here when they called you? You weren't.
Okay.
They're absolutely
Now, what the hell is that?
$1 for $1. This, the other magazines, we do everything. $1 for $1. This is advertising.
That's
Colorado
Those yellow
Look at it. I'm in the home
Maybe it's sucking up water.
improveyourhouse.com magazine. And it's
Just a
taking
whole
my butt.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a fishing
But
boat.
this one will be better.
Okay.
I've tried them all. Tried
Jeez, I have no idea what it's
tried-
doing.
Yeah, the whole mag I was in for a while. The other guy that I'm in now, improveyourhome.com, it's basically
Oh,
the same
this
thing
must
as
be
home
the
mag,
inside.
but it costs less.
It's taking water.
And he tries to talk everybody into
Oh, it's
paying
a
gas
power
only,
plant.
because he said
It
that's
is.
the only
It's
way to
sucking
make
water,
money.
man. That's all it's doing. And it's feeding the water into a fan.
Okay.
And the fan must make more power than what it takes to actually suck the water.
No.
This is working. Have you ever funneled gasoline out of your neighbor's car, for example? Once you get the perpetual motion going, so they're sucking water for free out of the ocean, powering a turbine.
I'll bet you it's not doing that.
That's what powers LA.
And
Perpetual motion
trust
machine.
me, we.
It's a perpetual motion
When
machine.
his book comes out.
Hey Tom, do you remember that guy and stuff that was bitching about the pit bull and stuff from
That what?
the guy that was bitching about the dogs barking as a pit bull and the neighbor?
Yes.
I called the neighbor. He told me.
Because the one that I'm in,
Is he breeding them?
the first two-thirds of the book, he wants to keep it around 50 or 60 pages.
But he told me.
But it's all
Well, you didn't want to make it
full-page
sound like
ads,
it.
except
Right.
near the end
He
they're
told
happy.
me he never realized the neighbors had any problem with him.
You'll like him.
So the guy, the bitch, sends about like 20 emails now. Should we have him on the show tomorrow again? Okay.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Our two guests today, crackerjackmudjacking.com and denvercleanpro.com. If you read their websites, have questions, call us. We also have lines open at 303-713-TALK. Lindy, she wants to talk about a car. Okay, what's happening, Lindy?
Hi, I purchased a car probably about the last week of June.
Okay.
And the car dealership proposed and we signed all of financing paperwork.
Now, wait a minute.
isn't
What
that-
kind of car, new or used?
It was a used car, 2008 Jeep Grand Cherokee.
Used 2008 Jeep Cherokee. Okay, Grand Cherokee. What's going on?
Well, then we proceeded to go out of town, and during that time period that we were out of town, we ran into a circumstance where we damaged the car.
Wait a minute. But you bought the car, right?
Well, that's what I thought, but then the dealership came back to me while I was out of town and said that the financing that they had proposed to me and I signed for was declined, and that I would need to come back in and do, or they would need to find new financing for me.
Did they say why it was declined, Lindy?
They didn't.
Now, I don't want to get into a long discussion on this but I want to explain a few things to you. This is really important. Okay.
Okay.
When you sign a finance contract with a dealer, in many of the cases we have examined, along with our attorneys, we have found that technically the dealer is putting themselves down as the lender. Even though it says, you know, this is subject, even if it says subject to credit approval, you can make the argument that that was your approval. The dealer, let the car out. In some cases, we have actually forced the dealer to keep that loan in place, and they had to accept payments from the consumer, or they had to place it with another lender at a loss. But in some cases, what they call, we're trying to get you financed, is a finance deal in some cases. Now, if only they put the wording in, and if some of them got smart enough to put the wording in, this deal is subject to us selling or reselling this loan or assigning this loan, but they don't. They say on that paperwork sometimes that they're the lender. And even if it says subject to credit approval, you can argue when they hand you the keys and you drove away, you were approved. And nowhere does it say, if we can't sell this paper, we have a right to come after you. So, but this is what I need to know. How many days after you drove away did they notify you that it wasn't going to work? How many days lapsed? Not from when you found out because of vacation, but when they told you.
Well, I got a text from the salesman, and I'm estimating 5 days.
Yeah, that's well within their rights. They can't charge you bailment after 10 days.
But she's still going to be responsible for doing something as far as that damage.
Oh, no, she'll be responsible for the damage. But I'm saying she can get the car fixed and probably keep it if the dealer screwed up. What's the name of the dealer?
It's the Sharpest Rides.
Now, I'm not sure how they do their agreements. I'm not sure. So it's hard for me to say.
Would my best bet be if my original rate was at a 6.9% for approximately $11,000.
And what are they saying it's going to be now?
10.9. And I asked them to bring down the price by $1,000. I didn't commit to any agreement or sign any paperwork because
she didn't agree to any new deals, she's saying.
Okay.
No. What I'm also trying to negate or figure out in this situation is what my son did is he four-wheeled with the Jeep and he blew the engine. I don't know if upon purchasing this vehicle, if that's what I have to do is accept purchasing this vehicle, because we broke it, correct?
No, yeah, you broke it. You guys are responsible for it.
Right.
But how, may I ask, and I don't mean this as an insult, how did the idiot blow the engine?
He went through a deep puddle of water and throttled it out and threw a rod. I mean, it was a terrible decision on his behalf.
Hydro, what do they call that? Hydrolocked? Yeah, okay.
Hydroplaning.
Hydrolocked.
Above water. Okay.
It ingested water, basically.
Yeah, and too much of it that it would just be...
That's why you see these snorkels on these cars. That's for the air intake.
Absolutely. So if pursuing financing this car, if I can't get anything better than that 10.9%,
you're not going to get financed. You're not going to get financed because it's a blown engine.
No. They found her 10.9, she said.
Yeah, but they don't know about the damage.
I agree. They
definitely
don't know.
If they know about the damage, you're not going to get financed. You're not. And I wonder if your insurance. Hold on. I wonder if your insurance is going to consider this a purchase. Because did you insure it or did you have insurance? Because if you have insurance, it automatically goes over to your next car 99% of the time. Did you have existing insurance?
Yes.
Okay. And if your insurance company, this is what I would do. If your insurance company considers this an owned vehicle, I would say to the Sharpest Rides, for purposes of insurance, I bought this car, and let them settle out with you and I'll pay the difference. Because guess what? That would be your best way out. Not getting the vehicle and fixing it.
Wait, so if
they're going to total it.
If you intentionally take a vehicle into deep water and ruin it, you think the insurance company's going to pay?
Yeah, of course. I think they will. Maybe they won't. Let's ask Compass. You know, Mark, you're right. It's not an accident. Hold on. I don't know.
That's my other.
Hold on a sec. Let's find out. Let's find out. Just hold on. I want to talk to Compass Insurance Group. And you know, listen, this is a weird one. We like weird on the Troubleshooter Network. So hang on, Lindy. Really, we like weird. Art. What is going on in your life, Art?
I want to find out, who do I talk to about getting a patent on an item that I have?
Now, who's going to what? Everyone who listens to this show, they're all reciting his name right now, and it is
Frank Duran, the real estate man.
No, it's Mark Trenner, Trenner Law, and he. You know why I say that? It'll cost you nothing to talk to him. And in that one conversation, you'll save a bunch of money. The ones that you call online or give you 800 numbers, they're going to say, oh, yeah, you got a genius idea. We're going to guarantee this, and you pay us this up front, and then you never hear from them again. Or you get some stupid-ass letter from somebody who says, you know, send us more money, and we'll produce it. It's terrible. But really, Mark Trenner, it's called Trenner Law. What kind of – can you give us a general idea of what you're talking about?
Sure. Developed and invented a trailer hitch that fits a slingshot motorcycle.
What's a slingshot motorcycle?
Polaris makes a slingshot three-wheeler motorcycle.
Oh, and you can tow it like behind something if you want to take it. Like, that's a limited market, but is that what we're talking about, towing the actual three-wheeler?
No. You
the three-wheeler tows something.
Yeah, that three-wheeler will tow a motorcycle trailer behind it. There's nobody else makes them except one guy.
Why would you want to tow a motorcycle trailer? Why wouldn't you want to just tow another trailer?
Well, the lightweight, you know, it can handle up to like around 300.
Then that's the way
pounds.
That's the way you need to market it. It can listen. It can pull a lightweight trailer. It just sounds, I mean, rather than saying it can pull a motorcycle trailer, because a motorcycle pulling a motorcycle trailer is kind of weird. It's just like, well, what is it going to do? Trailer itself? It's like, you can trailer anything. So you can turn your little razor, what did you call it? Not a razor, what is it? Slingshot. You can use your slingshot to tow things. That's a cool idea. That's a very cool idea. Is there something unique about it?
Well, yes, it's the way it mounts on there compared. There's only one other developer out there that makes them that are 3 times the amount of expense involved to put it on versus the one that I have.
Very cool. Mark Trenner, here's his phone number.
Okay.
720-221-3708. Expect him to talk to you free. You can do a cheap patent search to see if it's worth proceeding. Then if you proceed, he's going to charge a retainer that he doesn't take. He just puts in a trust account and draws from it. But here's what he'll do. Very first thing he'll do is a provisional patent. And that gets you immediate status. And here's what it says. A provisional patent says, I have this idea on this date. And unless anyone else ahead of me has it, I'm the first in line, and I have the right to patent it. So it's a placeholder. But if someone else is 3 steps ahead of you and you don't know it, you won't know it until the end of that patent, or during that patent. But it does, you know, it's not expensive. So you go to Mark Trenner, Trenner Law, 720-221-3708.
This report is sponsored by Discover Home Equity Loans.
I love Mark Trenner. What a good guy he is. So I'm going to do his spot today instead.
I got to call Mark Trenner.
You know, when I was working with dinners, I couldn't believe how many times it brings up in that you look online, you found that 10 people are mentioned.
It's just like this here. He said he's got a easier way to mount the hitch on the.
And it costs 1/4 of the money. So.
So I have to take.
Not after he manufactures and
Yeah, it all costs nothing when you're making one.
That's right.
Yeah.
Start doing that.
Make it in China, put it on a boat, send it over here, or make it more expensive here.
And how many people want one of those?
There's not many slingshots.
Have you seen those?
Yeah.
That's what happens.
They're so low, you go on right underneath the four-wheel drive pickup.
I what?
Those slingshots.
Hey guys,
They're like this tall.
they're cool looking.
They are cool.
Let's talk about Let's talk about Fix It 24/7. The $39 people. If you need something done, you're not sure what it is, but you're having a flickering light, a hot outlet, a dripping faucet, a pipe hammering, no heat, too much heat, no air. $39, no matter how long it takes to find that problem, give you a full, complete, written estimate. And then, if nothing else, you have an honest estimate, and guess what? No one else can cheat you because they will never lie to you. So if you want to shop, that's fine, $39. But if you decide to have the work done and apply that $39, they will not charge it twice. It's credited. So you get that repair minus the $39, and you'll never get the same work, the same price, the same work, the materials, all in one package for a better value ever. Now, I didn't say a better price, I said a better value, because listen, if all you go is the cheapest, you sometimes get in trouble. They're definitely not the cheapest and definitely not the most expensive. They're the most honest and best value. Fix It 24/7. FixMyHome.com, 720-526-3939.
Online Trading Academy offers a free half-day investing class. How do you not know about this? Hi, it's Dave Logan. This is
Okay,
a
I'm
free
done.
class
There,
that will
that's
show
good.
you their patented
And
core
then-
strategies that can help you make the right buy and sell decisions.
So I have to go
Whether you're an
from
income trader or
Friday to
long-term
Wednesday.
investor. First
How the
step,
hell do I
sign
do
up
that?
for the
Friday to
free
Wednesday,
half-day
right there.
class this week.
Friday
Call
to
today.
is
Class
tomorrow
price is
Wednesday?
limited. Online Trading Academy, the only
Friday to
financial
Wednesday,
educator
do
that
Wednesday.
experts use. Call them at 303-632-0267 and reserve your class today. If you missed rates being this low before, now might
I had
be
to
your
juggle
time.
a lot
Lower
around
rates
this
may
week.
help
So
you
Mark,
qualify
tomorrow,
for your new home.
you'll just look at the sheet,
Savings
right?
and eliminate mortgage
And where there's a
insurance.
and where there's a 1, you do it.
Ooh, starting to close soon. Am I going to get my pretzel warmer?
You bid on it?
I did, man. I want a pretzel warmer so bad. You laugh now, buddy, but that thing could be worth gold.
Gold, baby.
Gold.
You find my cotton candy machine on there?
Say it again.
Did you find a cotton candy machine on there?
No.
I need one for the church.
Cotton candy machine. My
You
uncle's
gonna
got
wait
one.
till the standard amount before you start taking Social Security, or you gonna wait?
Yeah, I'm gonna wait. That's 66 and
That's about
I can take it all. Yeah, I'm 63 and a half now. So
Yeah, I'm
3
waiting till
years.
66,
It's a big, I think it's
which is
over.
2 months, 3 months.
If you make more than 45,000, they start deducting.
No, 20.
No, that's where it's wrong. I get 100% of my benefit no matter how much I make.
No, if you wait till that. But I mean, if you take
Right.
it early.
You, then, and guess what? Not only that, not only do they take money away from you, it's forever. It's not just until you turn 66.
I read an article, most people lose their ass taking it early. If you add up when they die compared to...
It's only 4 years
lose
early.
their ass.
It's only 4 or 5 years early. If you take it, the rest of your benefit for the rest of your life is what? It's like an astronomical.
27.5 is all you can make.
Period.
And if you make over 27.5 for every $2
Until
you
you're
make,
66.
they take $1 away
Until
for
you're
the rest
66.
of your life, unless you wait until you're 66.
Wait, no.
Then you can make whatever
I
you
think
want.
no. At 62, I thought at 62 you only have to limit your income till you're 66, but then you continue to get the lower amount.
Right, forever.
Yes.
Yeah.
The lower
Yeah,
amount.
you just shoot yourself in the head.
So I'm going to get full benefit, and I paid for it, and
Yeah.
and just watch what happens. We're going to have a new election, and they're going to screw me and say, guess what? If you make more than this, you don't get your social. Just I waited all
Who's
this
going to
time.
pay for everybody else's shit?
Good point.
Yeah, we got to pay for them because the Democrats want to give it all to them.
Did you see...
Not to us, though. Not to people like you and me still working.
No.
The guy that started BET TV, big Hillary guy, came out today and said, there's no way the Democrats will win this. They're just too far left at this point.
But they're gonna come back to the center though after they get nominated.
How the hell do you put a hitch on this thing with a one wheel in the back?
And that's the wheel that turns.
On these, the front looks like
Oh, the back doesn't articulate
I don't
on that
know.
one?
I don't know, but it looks like the front's turning
Yeah.
on these.
I don't know. That's why he has an invention.
Yeah.
That's right.
He figured out how to do it.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Now you got to remind me why I have Compass on. Oh, I wanted to ask him a question about that car deal. Oh my goodness, Brian, this is a great one. Brian Burns, Compass Insurance Group. We have Brian on because they are our insurance experts and our agency. We actually buy all our insurance from them, and they have business insurance and auto and life and casualty and all of that. And then of course health insurance is Integra. And let's get to this. Listen to this one. She bought a car. Financing had not been approved. Would her, and then they got in an accident. Let's just say they had a claim. I don't even know if the claim's covered, but let's say they had a claim that was legit. Would that temporary insurance that goes over from her car cover her if financing wasn't approved yet and it had not yet been titled? She signed all the paperwork, drove away, and here's the rub. She finds out she was not approved and had to get new financing, which she hadn't done yet. Did she buy that car?
See, I think she would still be contractually liable to insure that car, which would mean that her insurance would extend.
Okay, now the next question, which is really weird. Mark brought this up. I didn't even think about it. The kid's four-wheeling, and he goes in deep water, and it hydrolocks, blows the engine. Now, first, let's just talk about four-wheeling. Do you find when Jeeps are insured, do they ever have a clause that excludes four-wheeling?
I have actually seen policies that have exclusions surrounding it. Most policies do not, and the only way they would try to get you on those kind of policies is if they think that it was intentional. Intentional doesn't mean that you tried to.
Oh, they're not trying, but what if you're an idiot? Let's say, Lindy's son is just an idiot. Now, I hope he's not listening. Lindy, is he listening?
No, but
Okay.
I don't mind because it was an idiot move.
Hey, Michael, you're an idiot. I don't even know what his name is. Anyway, so if you really want to shame him, give us an option. I'm just kidding. Does he have a sister to punish him at least?
Well, he has two.
Good. You make sure they give it to him. So what if?
But how about mechanical failure in general?
What if he did something stupid, Brian, and he went in deep water and it hydrolocked? Are they going to give her a hard time?
I think she's still going to be covered for it. Now, mechanical failure, just going off of what Mark just mentioned.
Because
there,
the engine, it's the engines that's the only thing damaged.
Yeah, no, that's not going to be covered.
What?
Go ahead.
But what if it's wait. If it hydrolocked, isn't it? I know it's a mechanical failure, Mark, but if a semi runs into the front of your car, it's going to be mechanical too. So
that's right.
So if a semi ran into him and it ruined his engine would be covered. Why not water?
No, you're exactly right. So let's say in this case he went off a jump and it slammed onto the ground.
Right, and ruined the engine.
And ruined the engine based off of the collision. It would have to be at the case of the collision.
Not the water.
Where there's coverage.
Not the water.
Well, even water. It depends. If the water was because he landed and the water splashed up and caused problems, you could still make an argument for that. What wouldn't be covered is if the car just, the engine stopped working and you're looking to your insurance for it. It's got to be at the
sudden.
The reason for it has to be sudden and
accidental. Okay.
Yeah.
Would you call it, Lindy, sudden and accidental? I'm not talking about his birth. I'm talking about the accident.
Well, that was definitely a sudden and accidental. I don't think he, equated the amount of water that he was going through. He probably did it in a sudden fashion.
Okay, Lindy.
Now, what coverage did she have on her other policy?
What I want to hear is this: her carrier from the other policy. Who is the carrier?
I am transferring over to Geico. And
the one you had. No. The one you had at the time of this accident.
Was American Family.
Oh my God, the word. Oh, they're terrible. Oh.
Well, okay.
Yeah, they're terrible. Now listen, Brian, isn't American Family a tough one?
Yes. I mean, I don't think their policy is going to exclude, that she was using it off.
I'm talking about
I would be
they're going to give her trouble. They're going to give her trouble.
You're probably going to run into. You're definitely going to run into problems with it.
What did you say, Lindy?
But wouldn't my American Family Insurance start that 5-day rollover because they only have a 5-day grace period of insurance?
Wait a minute.
That I just
most of them have 30 days. How do you know you have 5?
I called because I was going to transfer from American to Geico because Geico was able to get me cheaper rates. I was just waiting till the end of the month, but I knew with American Family I only had a 5-day rollover.
Did this happen after? Wait a minute. Did this happen after the 5 days?
I'm pretty sure. And I don't own the vehicle yet, so it's like
No.
when does my 5 days
For
start?
insurance purposes, you had an insurable interest. I think we can get around that one. But what you can't get around, if they have a 5-day period and you went beyond the 5 days, did you?
I don't know. I have to look at the date.
Well, you have to look at the date because, Brian, if it was beyond the 5 days, she'd be SOL. Isn't that right?
That's right, but before she just believes that, I want to see that in the policy that it was only 5 days.
Yeah, because most of them are 30 days.
Who knows when?
Get a copy of your policy. Most of them are 30 days. So, you know, and talking about being in the creek, up the creek without a paddle, this is the case.
Did you know people mistakenly believe that
I don't lie.
You believe blood loss under calm.
You know what? I have yet to suffer. Dan suffered from moron son syndrome. Mark, have you suffered from moron son syndrome yet?
Never.
You haven't. He hasn't done anything.
Oh, my son? Oh, my, he had 3 accidents in the first 5
I have not
fucking
yet
months.
suffered. I'm not saying I won't. Everyone does.
Now, wait a
Everyone
minute.
I know.
I did
How about-
not, and I have 2 sons.
How about your
You've never had a
Xbox?
moron son syndrome?
Never once.
Oh, my God.
Hey, Brian Peabody on this is going to outbid you on the pretzel one.
There's like 10 of them, Brian. Do you have any kids?
I got a couple. One of them helps me with the business.